to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Bee, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the KVJ show. How are y'all doing today?
I was doing good until I put my headphones on and realized somebody else has been using them.
Oh, why is your earwax on them?
No, but they're stretched. They're like moved to a different setting.
Oh, okay.
And I can always tell because I don't have a big head, and whoever comes in here and jacks my phones has a big head.
Someone's been touching Mama Bear's headphones.
Not COVID friendly, guys. I mean, come on.
Well, you work in radio. There's not much that is COVID friendly.
It's true.
Damn it.
Yeah. Never been doing it right when it comes to germs.
No.
Not in this industry.
No, radio does a lot of things wrong.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Well, welcome to it. It is Thursday here on the KVJ show. However you guys are dialing us up, you got the radio option going. You got us on YouTube and KVJ TV as well. Jaybird is looking sassy and fancy today.
Oh, yeah, so fancy with my 10-year-old. This shirt's 10 years old.
Yeah, it is.
It's an old Valiant Milk Yellow snack pack. There's like 3 of these in existence.
It's called a vintage tee.
It is.
That's what that is. It's a vintage tee.
It is.
It's looking nice. So if you want to see that, just dial us up right now on KVJ TV.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, in case you missed it, looks like Katy Perry had her baby. Coming up in a second, I'll give you the details. Before we get into that, Dua Lipa is being interviewed while she rides a mechanical bull. Okay.
Only thing I could think of was this has got to be some goofy radio interview.
Oh, it's definitely a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite 90s pop star?
The Spice Girls.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Pink or black?
Pink.
Name a song by Pink.
Like a pill.
The beach or the pool?
The beach.
London or New York?
London.
What's your favorite emoji?
The love heart with the little glittery bits.
How old were you when you had your first kiss?
17.
Okay.
Oh.
That guy has got major DJ voice.
Yes, he does.
He's on flaw. Yeah.
Oh,
Listen
my
to that.
gosh.
So there you go. That's a lot of information we got.
Yeah, that was cute.
Well, Jeff Bezos became the world's first person to ever hit a net worth of $200 billion, and it happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Amazon's share price climbed to $3,400 a share, which helped push him past the $200 billion mark.
Wow.
Doesn't that make him more hateable for people?
Well, he's now worth more. As one guy, he's worth more than Nike. He's worth more than McDonald's. He's worth more than Pepsi. Like,
When you're worth more than Ronald McDonald, you've done something.
yeah, I mean, you've done something right. Yeah. You
Richest
figured
ever,
it out.
I guess.
Richest ever. So there you go. Katy Perry gave birth to a little baby girl, and they named her Daisy.
No, they did not.
They did.
Daisy,
Daisy, Daisy!
Ah, so there's a little tie-in here with that song, huh?
Now we get it.
Orlando Bloom is her fiance, and so her name is Daisy Bloom. Get it?
Daisy Bloom.
I get it.
Get it?
Yeah.
I got it.
Of course, Katy Perry does one of those names where you go like, get it?
Oh, I got it, Katie.
You have to get
She
it.
makes you groan. Daisy Bloom. So, yes, that happened yesterday. Congratulations. I guess baby is healthy, mommy is healthy, and that is good. And that's what's going on in your dirt of the day.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you thinking about today, Jay Bird?
Well, I think I told you guys I got that census thing in the mail, and I clearly didn't fill it out. I can't find it, so it's probably in the garbage somewhere. I didn't really think. I don't think much about those things. And I saw you doing it that one time, and I guess it's really important if you fill it out.
I did it online. They send you something in the mail, but if you do it online, it's quicker, it feels like.
Well, they must have sent me a couple of these things because
I think they send you a couple, and then if you don't fill it out, they send a person.
they did yesterday.
Oh, they tracked you down, huh?
They totally tracked me down.
Yeah.
And it was at kind of late in the day. I felt like it was around 5 p.m. Someone's knocking on my door, so I'm doing that thing. I was raised to fear the door knock. So if I'm not expecting someone knocking at my door, I get all weird. I'm hiding. I'm trying to see what's going on.
If you don't have a pizza on the way, you're not getting it.
Exactly. I was weirded out when the guy dropped off my wallet. I'm in a weird place when people knock on my door, and I'm not expecting this.
Who is it?
No, I don't even say anything. I was actually trying to play guitar, and then I realized, I go, oh no, I think she heard me. Just back away from the guitar, Chewy, don't do anything. So I'm looking out the window. I see this woman, she's milling around, looking at my patio.
Yeah.
She stays at my door for a good bit. I'm thinking, all right, this is weird. Again, what weirdness is going on? She goes outside my gate. She's looking at my gate. She stays out there for a while. She comes back in my patio, looking around again, and then she's writing something down. I'm thinking, all right, what kind of ticket did I get?
Dirty patio.
My patio's not dirty. I got a clean patio.
Just trying to figure out who lives here.
I'm trying
How
to,
many people?
What kind of animal?
She's trying to do a head count.
Yeah.
That's her
she
job.
was trying to figure out how many people there, and then she left finally. She was good there for a good 10 minutes, and she left this notice: we need to know how many people live here.
Oh, okay.
So if I don't respond to the census people, are they going to just be on my ass like flies on a rib roast?
I don't know how many times they come back.
Is this like the Terminator that's going to keep following
Yeah,
But
me?
you
it's
don't want to be
relative-
counted. I don't know that you'll be counted.
It's relatively easy just to go and do it on the website, and then they take you off the list, and that girl won't come back.
But there's no way those numbers are ever accurate because people like me who are avoiding it or just never do it, there's no way you can get an accurate number.
They're probably not 100%. No, I mean,
No
it's tough
way.
because you can see how tough it is to track people down.
But you can see the effort they're putting in to try to get it right.
It was kind of,
I mean, they're not giving up on you.
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
A lot riding on those numbers.
I guess so.
Yeah,
I thought
there
that was
is.
kind of fascinating.
Yeah. What you got on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, I'm a little nervous / excited for her. So Magnolia got invited to go down to the Keys with her little friend and their family. And so that's what she's doing. I dropped her off this morning.
Okay.
And they're getting ready to drive down to the Keys. But I get super nervous whenever I'm not on the vacation with the child that's vacationing. You know, it makes me just a little bit squirrely. I like to be there. I like to be a part of things.
Okay. Helicopter mom.
Very much so. I just get afraid. You know, she's in a different area. She's always walking and looking at her phone and not paying attention. Just a guy in a white van could just pull up at any minute, and I think about that a lot.
Well, I was raised by a helicopter mom, and I feel like that term has changed. Helicopter moms don't let teenagers go to the Keys without them. That's not a helicopter mom.
Yeah, I feel like I do let her do things. I get really freaked out and worried, and then I get the people that she's going to be traveling with all worried. This morning I was preaching at everybody to watch her.
We would have to beg my mom to let us out in the backyard. So you're not a helicopter mom.
Okay, that makes me feel better. I just get worried, you know? I'm just, is
Just
this
being
what
a
it's going
mom.
to be like? I mean, for the rest of my life, every time? Like, I just worry about, oh my gosh, when she goes to college, I'm going to be a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, I think every parent's set differently. You know, I know if I go home, my mom's still, you know, and I haven't been home and stayed there for a while, but, you know, when I would go home, even in my 20s, my mom would stay up until I got home.
Yeah, I get it.
And
I don't think my parents noticed when I went away to college.
There are some parents like that. I know friends that their parents, I mean, by the time they were 12, yeah, sure, take the car. They didn't care. They love their kid. They just had a different mindset.
It's just different. Yeah, it's weird.
And I think after you have more kids, if you get down the line, you know, Magnolia's your oldest. She's the first still. You know, when Rocco goes to college, you may be like, yeah, he'll be all right.
I think I'm already kind of like that with Rocco.
And I think you kind of do.
He's just a little more tough around the edges.
I think you look at girls differently than boys sometimes, too.
My Mags is sweet. My Mags is very innocent. My Mags, she still puts on the Disney Channel at night to go to sleep to. Like, she's a very sweet soul. And Rocco, he's running through the house dropping F-bombs. It's just a different vibe.
He's rough and tumble.
He's rough and tumble.
He'd find a motorcycle club down in the Keys.
He might already have one. He might be in a motorcycle gang.
He goes to the Keys. I'm more concerned for the Keys. I mean, my gosh, he's named after a porn star.
Yeah. A lot of talk about that.
I know. Panda was like, did I say too much? I'm like, well, it's too late now.
Did he say
his
to?
entertail.
Oh my gosh.
He had buyer's remorse yesterday after that conversation.
Oh, I've never heard him so excited to talk about anything. It was kind of like, whoa.
That was pretty impressive. What I got on my mind here today, if you're like me, I'm trying to kind of like maybe swap out my shorts. I've for a long time, I've had those dad cargo shorts and they go down like to your knee or below. That was the look for a while. And now apparently that is not the look anymore.
Really?
I know it's kind of been changing a little bit. And I'm sure I'm way and probably years behind this. But you know what? I'm a middle-aged dad, so that's just what we do. But yeah, they're saying when it comes to shorts now, the best look is to go mid-thigh shorts. That apparently is the new look.
So is that a shorter on the leg?
Big time.
I hate it. Oh my gosh, I look so weird with short legs on shorts, man. It's not a good look for me.
I believe they call those nut huggers.
They do. My dad leads the league in wearing them. He still wears those nard huggers from the 80s.
Oh, Kevin,
Yeah.
You need to adopt this.
You would look good in them. I would not. You have a good body. You got a nice pumpkin booty. You would show it off nice.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how high, but, they say about 5.5 inch inseam.
I hate it so much.
5.5 inch inseam. Whatever that is.
These are like little gym shorts. These are like little workout shorts that we wore back in the day.
I've accidentally bought these kind of shorts before online, and I put them on and take them off immediately because, first of all, my nards can't breathe. It's just they're too tight.
Yeah.
It looks weird, too. I look like a little kid.
Well, I think the focus is not supposed to be so much on the crotch as it is the thigh.
The focus is always on the crotch. If you come wearing them shorts, everybody is going to be looking at your crotch.
Well, can't you get like thigh-high shorts that have room to breathe in the crotch? Does the crotch have to be tight? Is that the way it goes?
It's always going to show off your nards.
You can't have one without the other?
I've never seen it.
Okay. Yeah, they say that they want short shorts that show off a lot of thigh. Women say the sexiest look is this for guys because it makes them look taller and it's more flattering to their legs.
If you have great legs, Kevin, you're not known for your great legs.
I got really skinny calves. I feel okay about my quads. I think they're okay.
Well, she's going to make you feel
when I
really
used
terrible
to.
about your legs real quick.
I know. She's going to correct me on that.
Yeah.
But at least once upon a time when I was in the gym a lot, I think my quads were fine.
I'm over here singing your praises about your pumpkin booty. She's tearing you down. We got to stop tearing each other
What
down.
happens? Yeah, I'm used to that.
I think you're in your prime.
Yeah. Sunshine and clouds. I get it with you, too.
I'm just the reality. You do have a good pumpkin booty, but I think to pull off a short short.
How are my quads? I know my thighs or my calves are really tiny.
Tiny calves, but I haven't really spent time with your thighs.
Yeah.
Let's see that meat. Put it up on the counter.
Well, I gotta work on them. I got jeans on.
Well, we
and-
got to show the people something. I'm sure.
Jaybird's got nice legs.
No, I don't. I actually, you know what? I used to have bigger legs.
I think they would work on you, actually.
I realized I stopped walking on the balls of my feet a lot more. I was
Yeah.
trying to correct my walking, and it made I lost all the tone in my legs. I grew up my entire life walking on the balls of my feet.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of stopped doing that, and my legs, they look like an 80-year-old man's legs now.
That's interesting. It makes sense.
Yeah. I'm going to start walking on the balls of my feet again.
This is a hot show.
It does work. I remember my trainer one time because we did this whole thing where we put an intense focus into my calf muscles to see if you could change it. And we were working them and working them. He was doing everything possible. And finally, he just gave up and he said, you just can't do it.
Damn.
But he did show me there were shoes you can get that forces you to walk on the balls of your feet. And apparently, just if you do that every single day, every step you take has to be on the balls of your feet. It'll build up your calf muscles.
I did it for 33 years of my life, and then I started trying to correct my walking a little bit because I was told it's going to help my back, but didn't help my back, and I lost all the tone on my legs. So I'm going to go back to walking on the balls of my feet.
Good call. Yeah, you'll get your calf muscles back. All right, well, there you go. If you want to wear sexy shorts for the ladies, apparently it's thigh-exposing shorts. That's where it's at now.
Check out KVJ TV on YouTube or just log on to kvjshow.com to watch the show now. Powered by Cleveland Clinic, where every life deserves world-class care. Now, back to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Well, in South Florida, we know this all too well. Hurricane Laura is battering the Louisiana and Texas coast right now this morning. It's going on, and, with the news, they always have something that just like, oh my gosh, they talked about that storm surge. What do they say, unsurvivable or something like that?
Yeah, they were on TV yesterday saying, look, if you live anywhere around the Texas-Louisiana border, just west of like the Lake Charles area, you need to leave. And there's a lot of places that are right along the water there, a lot of coastal communities.
Sure.
And that Ginger Z chick that they brought in from New York, she was standing there on the coastline yesterday near Galveston, and she was like, look, a lot of these homes that you're looking at right now will not be here tomorrow because the storm will bring a 20-foot wall of water and they'll just be gone. It's unsurvivable because it's so much storm surge.
Yeah.
And when you just think about it like that in those terms, like those people's houses won't be there.
Yeah.
It's hard to wrap your brain around.
No, it is. I mean, we got more powerful storms. There's no doubt. We got more frequent storms. There's no doubt about that. And yeah, if you're in a coastal city like most of our listeners are, yeah, you have to build things a different way, and it's probably going to start changing the way the landscape looks with the way these storms come in now.
Mother Nature's a real mother.
Oh, yeah, it
and
is.
It's just crazy, too. Remember they said, oh, yeah, Laura's going to be a Cat 1. Laura turned into a Cat 4.
And
so
fast,
they never know, and you can't trust. You have to just keep your eye on it and just know that you can't predict what these things are going to do.
I'm totally old school with my weather. I just look out the window and go, yep, it's looking bad out there today.
Yeah, it's people like you that die.
It's kind of how I view my weather. Well,
First to die.
Still going strong, 43 years in. South
Oh,
Florida
your
native.
time's coming.
South Florida native. Braved a lot of hurricanes.
Yeah, well, I asked this the other day. I'm like, what would you rather have, 2 Cat 2s or 1 Cat 4? And I think without a doubt, you want 2 Cat 2s.
Yeah, I think you do.
I mean, it's more time and it's annoying, but I mean, gosh, a Cat 4, I mean, this thing's a 150 mile per hour on the maximum sustained winds, and they said it was strong. I was looking at the eye of this thing yesterday, and they're like, this thing is robust. And you're right, it's just amazing how quickly it went from, not a big deal. You have Marco and Lauren, you thought they were the twin storms, and all of a sudden Marco just pansies out. And I think that was worse because it's almost like, it was sharing some of the thunder, and then when it went away, it just gave Laura all the room to grow.
Well, once it gets in the Gulf, you never know, Kevin. The waters are warm, Gulf. I'm just regurgitating everything I hear.
Yeah,
I think it's still, like, even though it's already come ashore and now it's over land, it's still a Cat, like, 2 or 3. Like, this baby is intense.
Yeah, it is. So, we'll do what others do for us when we're in that way, just to, wish your best for those people. And say your prayers if that's your thing, and then just wait to see what happens after the storm and be ready to try to help them out in any way we can. So
Absolutely.
It's tough with it being a pandemic. I did see, people that were trying to evacuate what they have to do, and they're trying to make sure that the shelters are as sanitary as possible.
Oh, my
Like,
gosh.
got to evacuate. Wait, I forgot my mask.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the video from inside the hurricane shelter? It just looks like chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you
It
going to
is.
keep COVID contained in that environment?
And did you see that meme that was out? Have you ever seen that robe where, like, it's a hurricane and everybody is one way, like on I-95, and then there's just one car going in the opposite direction, and they said, "Oops, forgot my mask." You know, that's really what life is like today. Is you got everything like on, oh man, I forgot a mask.
That's the worst when you drive a good 15 minutes. You're like, oh crap, I forgot my mask.
Yeah.
You gotta make some. In fact, some places won't even let you bring in that makeshift looking mask anymore. I told you about
the T-shirt one.
I told you about the convenience store. They said you can't wear that. What's it called? The turtle
neck gaiter.
Neck gaiter.
Yeah, those and the bandanas have pretty much been like, yeah, that ain't gonna cut it. That's not gonna get you in.
I think some places won't turn you away, but some will. Yeah.
It depends upon where you are and how tight they are with the pandemic. So. There's a lot going on there, so we'll just kind of like wait and see what is going on through this whole thing and figure out how best to help.
Well, the tough thing is they took it in the dark. They took it at night, so we don't even have any video or anything of what it looks like just yet till the sun comes up.
Yeah, I remember we had a teacher back at Lake Park that told us tornadoes can't happen at nighttime. So at nighttime, I'd be like,
"What?"
Yeah, I know. I was maybe this person was trying to make the kids feel better about tornadoes. So for a good 4 years, I'm thinking, oh, tornadoes can't get us at night. And then someone said, yeah, they can, bro.
And they're twice as deadly.
Well, yeah, at night, think about it. A tornado at nighttime's horrifying.
At least in the day, you see the killer tornado coming to take your life. At night, he sneaks up on you like a ninja.
Oh, it is. No, it's terrifying, man. I lived, in the middle of the country in Kansas City, and those stories about, in the middle of the night, you would just hear it sound like a train was coming at your house. And
Big
you
time.
have no idea what's going on. It's just pitch black
terrifying.
outside.
Yeah, I mean, ignorance is bliss, though, because at nighttime, the tornadoes can't get us, y'all.
Yeah, well, what do you want? Do you want ignorant, dumb kids that are going to walk outside into a tornado, or do you want panicked children that need vodka when they're 8?
I'm just saying, ignorance sometimes is bliss, my man.
Yeah, I guess that's the question about how you handle life. So we'll see our best to them, and we'll wait to see what happens, and hopefully. The best they come out of as best as they possibly can, and then we'll just see what we can do after the whole thing is over. So, talking a little bit about Hurricane Laura, that is a strong storm, came in at 150 miles an hour. It's still sustained winds, I think, at 120.
And Jay Bird warned us, remember last week when we first started talking about the hurricane, how its name was Laura, and he had an ex-girlfriend named Laura. He's like, y'all better watch out. Laura
saw it coming.
Is not going to play. And you were right.
You can't trust her because she comes off all weak in the beginning. But that's just a trick. It's a trap. She comes on strong at the end, and that's when she really does all the damage.
Yeah.
At the end, when you
At
think
the
it's
end,
over.
boom.
Yeah.
Get ya.
They thought she was going to be a cat 1. Girl came a cat 4.
Exactly. That's our Laura.
Yeah, that's how it goes. It's just 2020, man. 2020. I mean, I guess you got to expect these kind of storms. We're going to get this. We got a pandemic going on. But this is where you just say 2020, man. We got Ash Leah, who was once a South Floridian, and she now has moved to the Midwest. And she said, I'm a Floridian who relocated to eastern Iowa, and we got hit with a derecho. I just learned the term myself. It is basically an inland hurricane that comes on quick and leaves no time to prepare. The derecho we experienced was akin to a Cat 3 or 4 storm.
What?
The majority of the devastation can be found in the Cedar Rapids, Iowa area. I've attached some photos, and you can see right there it's mainly like snapped trees and things going in. I'd seen that. I know we've got some radio friends that are up there in the Quad Cities, and they pretty much everybody was on generators, and
oh my,
a lot of roads are still impassable.
There's a lot of weird things about the weather that we never really talk about or hear of because they don't affect us. But there's some crazy stuff. You're going, how does that even happen? In certain parts of the
weather's
world,
always been crazy, but yeah, I mean, in the times we're living right now, it's even more insane than it's ever been, at least in our lifetime. And she said, as Floridians yourselves, you know how damaging these storms can be. With 5 to 7 days of preparation you normally get, Eastern Iowans were not in the least bit prepared for this storm.
Man.
Infrastructure's not built for it. I mean, we built Cat 5 homes. Now, getting ready for this kind of stuff in eastern Iowa, they're not thinking about this. People are scrambling for food and water in under-resourced areas. It's been over 2 weeks, and people are still without power. Trees that are centuries old have been torn out by the root systems and toppled onto people's homes. Many streets are still impassable due to debris. Roofs have been torn off, apartment complexes leaving families with nothing. Just want to ask if you could get the word out, as this has gone largely unnoticed in the national news. You'd think a hurricane in the Midwest would garner some recognition. Our community is in need, and I know if there's any community that would be willing to help, it would be the KBJ Nation. There's a couple places I've noted here, like Iowa Giving Crew, the United Way of Eastern Iowa, food pantries, and the Catherine McCauley Center for immigrant populations.
My goodness.
Yeah, you can see even some other photos there of power lines and a roof just blown way off that, whatever that structure is.
Every day I'm just like, 2020, really? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Every day, it's like something shocking that makes you go, I can't believe that just happened.
You got to look for the positive stuff. There is positive stuff out there. I'm afraid to talk about it because people get mad when you're positive during a pandemic. But there's stuff out there. You just gotta look for it.
There is. So, but just, kind of a heads up that that is going on as well. And we know from all the hurricane stuff that we've done, it is tricky. When you got impassable roads and you're trying to get supplies to people, it is often hard to do. So we know from doing supply drives and all that, I see radio brethren, they're like, hey, get the tractor trailers all ready and load them up with water and drive them in. I'm like, yeah, we did that in year one. And
you have to have boots on the ground wherever you're going, and you have to have a disbursement plan.
Right.
You can't just roll in with all that stuff.
Yeah.
And even the best of intentioned people realize when they get there, oh, crap, I don't have a plan to get this to the people in need. You got to set that up before you get in your tractor trailer.
yeah, you do, because then it's just going to sit there in some parking lot and it's not going to get dispersed. So so there's a lot of people, but like I said, we will keep an eye out on what's going on. But this is what we do, right? Storm season in South Florida. We're always trying to, get everything organized and figure out how to handle it. So, yeah, I mean, just it's tough to have to deal with the pandemic on top of it.
Right.
But the good news is it looks like, things are hopefully ebbing. And that we'll see as we try to live with it. There was a couple positives yesterday. One was some rapid testing they could do, like 15-minute results, going to be cheaper to put the tests out. They're only like $15 a pop, so
All right,
I like
positivity, yeah. I'm going to be
Yeah.
the cheer when I hear positive news.
You're going to be his cheerleader.
Yeah, I like hearing some positive stuff.
that. Yeah, so there was, some good stuff with that. The positivity rates are staying low. Palm Beach County, 4.1%.
Okay, yeah.
Yesterday.
Kevin, good news.
Yeah, 5.8 for Broward, even Miami-Dade at 7.67. So the state was at 5.75. So, if you can be at that 5% or lower, that's where they feel like you've got the virus under control. So if we had to do a quick test right now, Palm Beach, yes. Broward, almost. Miami-Dade getting there. And the state, pretty much.
I think phase 2 is going to happen in September. I really do.
Yeah, I think as soon as we get past Labor Day weekend, that's going to be it. And then the schools, you'll be able to send your kid back a week after we've gone into phase 2. So that would be probably about, maybe the 17th of September.
Right about the time you're ready to strangle them, they'll be going back.
Yeah, I think it looks like you'll have to do one. If you're really dying to get your kid there, looks like you probably have to do 1 week.
Yeah.
And then maybe by like the 14th, you'll be able to get your kid to the physical school. That'd be my guess. But I don't know. And it's 2020. I got a question here, and this is a good one. It says, my husband and I have a special occasion coming up, and we are planning to celebrate by going to a local restaurant. There's a number of local restaurants and businesses that we got gift cards to, some of which we purchased when we first went into quarantine in an effort to help support local businesses that were forced to temporarily shut their doors. Our question is, though, is it appropriate to use them now? We aren't sure how badly restaurants are struggling and if using them would help or hurt them at this point. Obviously, we'd like to use them, but not if doing so would be viewed as rude or inconsiderate at this time.
Put it to you this way, if you don't use them, they're not getting anything. So
Yeah, I think if you have them, you should use them. And there's definitely places that are doing a great job of keeping the patrons safe and offering, outdoor dining and making you feel good and spacing. I think you should go because think about, too, you have these gift cards. They're just sitting there. When you go, you're going to be tipping in cash for the waitresses, and they're going to appreciate that.
And usually those kind of cards come from, a chain restaurant. They'll appreciate you just being in there, like Virginia's saying, with the tipping and just kind of stimulating it that way.
Tip a little extra if you can.
Yeah.
Make them feel the love.
I would say go on ahead and do it. I mean, use it. I mean, they did that to try to just as a hook to get you out. So any That would be my guess.
Well,
Unless somebody calls to Craig and be like, no, please, if you can, please don't use those until much later. I would say any little bit.
But it's not like the restaurant's losing any money either because you bought them from the restaurant. So, it all goes to the restaurant anyway.
Yeah. I would say when in doubt, go use it.
Go use it and then over tip.
Yeah.
I'll go to a restaurant right now. Let's go. I'll wear my mask. Don't worry.
People are asking, how is Suits? Is he's out again today?
We have an update. He says he's feeling better, but he did test for the corona, the 19 as the kids are calling it.
Okay.
And he's just waiting for his results. He says he feels better today.
Oh, that's
He
good.
actually feels good today, but he has to wait for the results to get back to work.
Oh, okay. Did you know where he went to go get him?
I don't know that information.
Peoria. No, just kidding.
Peoria?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I think you're supposed to get him in 3 days, so he should get him today.
He says he's getting his results today. Hopefully he'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess that's the ultimate question is, how long does it take? Where do you go?
It really does depend on where you go, because MD Now is advertising 3 days. So you can get him from MD Now within 3 days. But then you talked about the rapid test. Like, if it's a test that you can get 15 minutes, that's the one I want.
Yeah, they've got that at the Fit Team Ballpark of the Palm Beaches, also at Holiday Park in Broward County, and there's 2 locations in Miami-Dade that has that. And the test looks for antigens within the blood to determine if the virus is present. It's available to anybody with COVID symptoms and people under the age of 17 and over the age of 65 without symptoms.
But couldn't you just... What if you just want to get tested for COVID, but you don't have any symptoms, but you still want to test? Couldn't you just lie about the symptoms you're having and they'll accept you?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the motto in life, right?
Lie to get what you want? Isn't that what everybody does?
Yeah. I was reading an article yesterday. It said some companies may force their employees to get COVID-19 vaccines if they want to continue working or return to the office. And they asked some legal experts on that, said they can't do that. And they said, actually, this mandate would generally be legal, according to the story I was reading. Because I'm like, well, I didn't think you could make somebody get a vaccine to go to work. And some of the legal experts said, they will be able to do that. In fact, somebody just texted us and said that my company does that with the flu vaccine. That if you want to work here, the flu vaccine is mandatory at my job. If you refuse it, then you're basically resigning.
Would you do that if they made that mandatory here at work? They said, Kevin, you got to get one of these COVID tests or one of these COVID vaccines.
Well, the key word that I asked in the question yesterday, because I was just kind of curious how many people would do this. 'Cause I know how some people feel, especially when I saw the stat that I think it was like 1/3 at least of people would not even get the vaccine if it was available because they don't trust vaccines. They don't like vaccines. They just feel it's rushed. And they're like, I would rather take my chance with this virus than I would the vaccine. And I'm really myself probably that way where, I'll just wait and see. Like, let that guy get stuck first.
I want to be like in the 3rd round of vaccine.
Yeah, I'm going to sit back and just kind of watch and wait and see what happens with him. So, I asked the question, would you get an FDA approved, that's the key word, FDA approved COVID-19 vaccine if your job depended on it? 57% of the people we asked said yes. 43% said no.
Where are you at?
I would if my job depended on it.
Right. If they came to us and said, guys, you all have to do this or you get fired, I think we would have to. I mean, we've been lucky enough to keep our job through the pandemic.
Yeah.
We can't flush it away over a shot.
It does seem a little weird that you're forcing it, though. It almost seems kind of...
Yeah, that's where the job would force it, and that really is the big question on this. Because look, I'm one of those people. I'm not freaked out at all about this virus. I'm at pretty much a zero and have been through the whole thing. But I want to be kind to others, and if my body can be used to pass it on, and if I would be a conduit to take out somebody else's life, I don't want to do that.
Here's the issue,
So
though.
I'm going to try to be cool and respectful for others.
And I totally agree with that. But the thing about vaccines, this is so new. You don't know. I mean, I guess that it's FDA approved. I just like to look in the history of vaccines. Has there ever been an FDA approved vaccine that came back and go, guys, we're seeing some weird stuff years later?
Well, you'll open up a can of worms when it comes to the vaxxers debate. And yeah, so there will be people that I'm sure will throw out all kinds of data at you on both sides of the argument about
Like
it.
3 years from now, we find out that everybody got the vaccine is going to grow a nipple on their cheek.
Well, my point is
Yeah.
they can barely get it together when it comes to what's open and what's phase 2. Everyone's on a different page. 2 months ago they were saying this and that about the disease, and now all of a sudden you're supposed to trust a vaccine.
Yeah,
it's weird.
That's why I was curious. And when I saw that headline, I was like, wow. So some jobs will say if you don't have the proof showing that you got the COVID-19 vaccine, you do not have a job here.
I don't want people to think I'm against vaccines because I'm not at all. I'm just saying it's so early in the game and new. They can't even figure out what the corona is, and they're gonna force you to take a vaccine that they don't even know if it's gonna.
Yeah, well, 1 in 3 Americans right now is saying they would not get the COVID-19 vaccine today, even if it were free and approved by the FDA.
I guess my question, because I don't know much about the FDA. If something's approved by the FDA, does that mean it's a slam dunk? There ain't nothing bad going to happen to you.
It's supposed to make you feel better about it, but I wouldn't say anything's a slam dunk.
Yeah,
I mean,
there is no slam dunk.
is
That
there
I know.
any of these groups that have told you anything about this virus that you feel great about?
I feel like you would look good with the nipple on your cheek.
Yeah.
I feel like you could rock that and make it work.
I notice they all come with 3 letters, and I trust none of them. CDC, WHO,
FBI.
yeah, FDA,
KVJ.
yeah. All of them. I don't trust any of them.
Don't trust
Especially,
3
yes.
initials.
Don't trust it. Now, a lot of celebrity birthdays today. Pee Wee Herman. How old do you think that cat is?
He is probably 59.
59. Okay. What do you think, Virginia?
I think 61.
You're right. He's in his 60s, isn't he?
68.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's why I'm like, wow. I was like, 68?
So how old was he when he was caught doing that thing in the theater?
Well, I mean, he was like 40.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes it creepier.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
The older you get, the creepier that is.
I agree.
I got a shout out here from my brother Scott. Happy 34th birthday. That is from Sarah. Cute little photo when they were younger together on KVJ TV.
Adorable.
Happy 16th birthday, Christopher. Love you from Mom, Dad, Nico, and Ashley. Also, happy 29th birthday to my beautiful wife, Erica. First birthday together, married. Can't wait to be back in Disney with you. Love Chris. Got married at Disney right before Corona hit. We've been stuck at home missing it. Big thank you for what you guys do. Also, shout out to my wife, Sheetal. She listens every single day without fail. They've been married for less than 2 months. And I just want to know that she means the world to me. That's Adam. Well, look at you. Good husband there.
Sweetie.
All right, got a birthday shout out you want on the KVJ show. Let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com. MAIL at kvjshow.com. Well, Jaybird knows his French fries, and it's very passionate for a lot of people. And they did a survey again on who has the best fast food fries in America, and each state had their own favorite.
Well, this Saturday, Denny's is going to be getting off his cleanse, and when he gets off his cleanse, because I'm doing it in solidarity with him, but not as I'm not doing the juice like you guys are doing.
Yeah.
I'm doing my own kind of thing. And we're going to get off of it on Saturday. And then we're having a French fry party. So this is perfect.
Ooh.
That's the one thing he really wants to get down on is French fries.
Oh, nice.
I love it.
And we're just going to get French fries from all different kinds of places.
What is your top 3 right now?
So I really, really love when they're done right and they're at the best. McDonald's French fries are amazing. They really are. I love them.
Yeah, that was the tops in the country in this survey. There were 16 states that said McDonald's was the best.
I love Wendy's when they are done perfectly. I love Wendy's. I mean, I got to throw butt chicken and seafood in there. I love because they're crinkled. I'm a big crinkled fan on that.
Okay. The other big winners, McDonald's #1 with 16 states. Burger King and Taco Bell each won 6. Taco Bell.
Yeah, people love their fries. They did that cheese fry run.
Oh, okay.
People loved them.
So they both tied for second.
I'll tell you who needs to listen to this conversation is the King. Burger King, I love your burgers. You have a lot of great things on your menu. You got to get your fry game on point.
It's not there yet, huh?
It's never been there, in my opinion. Burger King has
Interesting.
always lacked in the fry game, and I think they could do a great job.
Mm-hmm. Do something different?
Do something different, Burger King.
Okay.
Change the game.
Shake it up?
Yes.
Okay. Chick-fil-A got #1 for the state of Florida. Chick-fil-A, #1
They do
for
a
Florida.
good fry.
Waffle fry, right?
Yeah.
You just can't get them on Sunday.
You can't. No, you're right.
And it seems like I always want them on Sunday. Always. In my house, this happens like at least once a month. Everybody gets all excited for Sunday Chick-fil-A, and then we get sad.
You're like, oh, we can't go to Chick-fil-A. Let's go to church. Sunday. That's open.
Can't go to church, Corona.
Corona. Oh, that's right.
No. My church is kicking back open, Virginia.
That's right. Remember Kevin got hate email?
You will not see me there.
Kevin got blasted for going to the Lord's house.
That's just the way it is, baby. 2020, y'all.
You got Lord hate.
You're controversial because you went to church.
I know. How crazy is that, huh? Welcome to 2020. It's a weird world out there, man. I'm telling you. All right, anything you want to throw at us, you can. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763 here at the KVJ show. Coming up in just a little bit, we got another KVJ draft today that we're going to be doing. And Suits is out. It's probably a good thing because what we're going to be doing today is pop songs from the 90s.
We can get him on the horn. He said he's feeling good.
He is. Okay. He took the corona test. Is that what it is?
That's
He's waiting for his results.
Yeah, that's the rumor.
He got that Schwab in his
am I getting that right,
nose?
Denny? Is that what is going on? Oh, yeah, he's waiting for the results.
Okay.
I think that's the rule, too, at work. I think if you're known to be sick and you're out, I don't think you can just take a day off now and say, oh, I didn't feel well today. Well, why didn't you feel well? We need that corona test, bro.
Yeah. No, that's a lot of people have been kind of going through that, trying to figure it out. So, so pop songs of the 90s. So, we can open up to anything because, that's the beautiful thing is it goes across, all genres.
Question, okay, would this work for a song, Creep by Radiohead? Would that be considered a pop song of the 90s?
Yeah, because I think it was on the charts.
Okay.
That's a great one.
That's the cool thing about it.
Glad I just tipped my hand on that one.
Yeah.
You guys know what song I want.
Now,
I know my number one pick.
Anybody who goes before him must take that song.
It's the anthem of our generation, man.
Yeah. So there you go. So we're going to get to that. The best songs of the 90s. A little KVJ draft is going to be coming up here on the KVJ show.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
All right, we're going back to the 90s for this KVJ draft. Best pop songs from the 90s. You get to pick 3. Who can put together the best team of 3 songs here?
So you'd said that if it was on the charts, the Billboard, 100, it would be considered, and you would pick it, right? Even if it's rap, like a whoop, there it is.
Yeah, it's like a top 40 hit.
Top 40 hit. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It always matters, too, who goes first. Because I know if I go first, I'm picking Radiohead.
Go for it.
Somebody are. Oh, yeah. They gave me a great idea.
I don't even want it. In fact, I think our audience is going to revolt against you.
Again.
Okie dokie. I have got myself over here.
Kevin's taking it real serious.
Yes,
5.
he is.
Yeah, I got a 5. What do you got, Virginia?
I got a 3. I'm not getting Radiohead.
Okay. Jaybird?
An 8.
You got an 8. Okay, Denny's, what'd you get?
I got a king.
Oh!
Okay, Denny's goes first. Then it is Jaybird, me, and then Virginia going in on this thing. Okay. All right, so we'll start off with you, Denny's. What is going to be your first pick?
So I'm not going to take Bird's Radiohead for him.
Aw, come on. Take it.
I'm going to get something more near and dear to my heart. It's actually one of my most influential bands. I'm going Sublime Santeria.
Oh.
1996.
Dude, that was my first one.
Oh, look at that.
That's a great call.
It's a great call.
All right, Jaybird, the pick goes to you.
Team Jaybird goes with Oasis Wonderwall.
Oh, you took one of my
You took Kevin's song.
Oh, dog, that's cold. Oh, that's cold.
It's a great song.
Okay, let me see. With my first pick, then I'm gonna go with Creep.
Go for it.
I love it.
I don't want
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
what I'm
battle.
gonna go with.
it. I don't
Yeah.
want it anyway.
Okay, Virginia. What are you gonna go with? Your first pick here. You get the next 2 picks in the 90s pop music draft.
I'm going to go with Vision of Love, Mariah Carey.
Okay. And you get the next pick as well.
I'm going to go with Spice Girls wannabe.
And just like that, Virginia lost the tournament.
Okay, it goes back to me. I am going to go with Smells Like Teen Spirit for my next pick.
I mean, that's a popcorn pick right there. That's for the people.
All right, Jaybird, what do you got with your next pick?
Team Jaybird goes with Free Fallin' by Tom Petty.
Free Fallin'.
I love that song.
Okay, interesting.
I almost went Tom Petty.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, you don't know how it feels.
I want to see if the old dog can bring in some votes.
Okay, Dennys, what do you got for your next pick here?
So for my next pick, I'm going 1997's Everlong by the Foo Fighters.
Oh, man, what a great pick. Okay, all right, you get to go again, Dennys.
And for my final pick, I'm going with 1995 Smashing Pumpkins' hit 1979.
Oh, man. Oof, wow. Gosh, that's a strong round. Okay, Bird, what do you got?
This song's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
My third pick's always the worst. Extreme More Than Words. I love that song.
Oh, man, that's a great song, too. Gosh, there's so many good songs. I don't know how you even pick a winner out of all this.
You like More Than Words? Did you like that when that came out?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's we'd sing that all the time. I love that. Okay. I can't get out of the 90s without a boy band. I got to take one with me. I'm going to take it, I'm going to go with I Want It That Way.
And that's going to be a popular pick. People are going to vote for that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that. 90s boy bands, got to do it. Can't get out of that era without it. Virginia, you got the final pick here today in the 90s pop draft. What are you going to go with?
I mean, it is my song at karaoke, so I've got to pick it. Shoop by Salt and Pepper.
Okay.
I almost went rap. I almost did Crossroads, but I don't know.
Where you had no Dr. Dre off there?
I
That was
know,
a massive The
G-Thing.
Chronic. Yeah, nothing but a G thing, baby. There's just too many good. Man, I love the 90s music. Okay, all right, so who did the best job? We're going to post it up, and you get to vote on who was the best. Dennys, Santeria, Everlong in 1979. Oof, man. Jaybird, Wonderwall, Free Fallin', More Than Words. Gosh, I had Creep, Smells Like Teen Spirit, and I Want It That Way. And Virginia's team is Vision of Love, Wannabe, and Shoop. I think I put my team third. Man, you guys.
Do you?
Yeah, there was you guys had some good picks today. Well, at least for me.
I
About
know.
Your own personal favorites.
I mean, some people hate our picks. I'm already seeing the comments.
But when you can only pick three, it makes it really
well,
hard.
I know people are going to be real upset. Yeah, you missed so many. I mean, I'm just looking. You had Britney Spears' Baby One More Time, Genie in a Bottle, Don't Speak, 1 Week.
California Love, Tupac and Dr. Dre.
Yeah, Get No Love. No love for Dre. So, yeah.
Love Fool. Do you remember that one? That was a jam.
That was.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, you know what? There's a remake of that on the charts right now.
Love
that I heard.
Fool by
Yeah,
the Cardigans.
Yeah,
I had such a crush on her.
Somebody said No Mr. Jones by Counting Crows. Yeah.
No, we're not picking that song because they won't sing it in concert.
And that song annoys the hell out of me.
Okay, go to the KVJ Show Facebook page because you got a chance to vote on who you think drafted out the best team on there. You just go to Facebook, look for the KVJ Show. A lot of comments about the KVJ draft that we just had a second ago. We were doing the top 90 songs. Dennys went with Santeria, Everlong in 1979. Bird went with Wonderwall, Free Fallin' by Tom Petty, and More Than Words. I went with Creep, Smells Like Teen Spirit, and I Want It That Way. And Virginia had Vision of Love, Wannabe, and Shoop. One of the comments in the chat room said, Dennys picked all the songs that the emo kids who sat in the back of the class would listen to under the one hoodie that they always wore.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's precise.
I could definitely see that. Of course, BSB is my choice that I had. Somebody said, come on, Kev, you chose BSB over NSYNC. I'm offended.
It's a polarizing pick.
It is, I know. I wanted to do Tearing Up My Heart, but I felt like I Want It That Way was the bigger song. But yeah, it's just not enough. Boy, 90s are fun, huh?
They are. They were, I mean.
You could pick 10 songs, seriously, and still not get everything you wanted on your list.
Not even close, yeah. That's the cool thing about it. There's just a lot of stuff to choose from. So then just post that up on Facebook. You can check it out and then vote for who you think put together the best team. Boy, this whole scandal is, I don't know what they're doing at the Fontainebleau with the pool boys, but now there's another one that came forward.
I told you.
Saw that.
I said this is going to have this how it works.
And
One starts to talk and then it's...
It sounds like they would get the pool boys and they would get real friendly with them and they would build these relationships.
They had a thing. Now, I mean, at this point, this is a movie plot that is set in South Florida.
Yes.
You have got here's the plot line. I mean, you can't even draw this out. This is the son of a world-famous televangelist, Jerry Falwell Jr., that is running Daddy's Christian University in Virginia, super conservative, where there's no premarital sex and drinking. And this guy is not Daddy. And this guy's running the whole thing, and he and his wife like to come to South Beach.
And play with boys.
And she likes to get it from other men, young men, who are like 20 years old. So they go to the Fontainebleau. They pick up Italian or Hispanic pool boys there. And then they do the wife. He watches. That's the whole term cuckolding that's in there. And wow, the scandal, of course, is going to follow.
Do we know if he joins in or is he just a watcher?
I've only heard watching at this point.
I believe the watching. I mean, this is so layered. And then after they would have fun with these boy toys, they would keep them around and go into business with them and have like real businesses that they started together.
Because they were afraid they're going to roll over on them.
This was not like a fly-by-night thing.
Because they wanted to probably bribe them. Don't say anything. You guys can be business partners. How'd that work out for them?
Yeah, the first pool boy we heard about, Giancarlo Granda, he was given millions of dollars when he was just 21 to open up this LGBTQ hotel, apparently. And now there's another man who claims to have had a relationship with Becky Falwell.
So Becky Falwell is hooking up with the pool boy, and then they go into business together, and the pool boy opens up a LGBT hotel?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like with the money that he was given, millions.
Millions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, because sometimes the man will join in with the man and the woman with both partners.
I wonder if the pool boy was,
that's
bisexual.
Well, that's, sometimes that is a avenue of cuckolding.
I mean, the story just gets better and better.
Yeah, and then there's this now Gordon Bello that sued Jerry Falwell Jr. in 2019 over his stake in this LGBTQ hostel in Miami Beach that the Falwell family invested in. And that's the one that the pool boy runs. And so this guy, Gordon Bello, is saying that apparently this guy, Granda, the first pool boy, Giancarlo Granda, that he knows a lot more, and he's urging him to tell the full truth.
Oh, boy. There's
whatever
more.
That means, yeah.
There's more than what we've heard.
I mean, you're just sitting here ready to write out the rest of the script because there's a lot more to the story, apparently. What's going on.
There always is.
Well, I mean, the relationship went on for 6 or 7 years, so.
I love it.
There's a lot that happened in that time, apparently.
That's a long-term thing.
Well, and the fact that he's running this really strict conservative Christian university in Virginia the entire time that, I mean, and his wife is doing,
swinging,
twisted,
hooking up with young guys.
Crazy.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more than 2 that come out about this.
Well,
it sounds like they're in that lifestyle.
Please open the floodgates. I want to hear all their stories.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you, by next Friday, there'll be 14 different cases.
Well, it just feels like such a South Florida, South Beach kind of thing, doesn't it? I mean, when you're talking about you've got the rich, powerful husband that likes to watch his wife with pool boys. I mean, that pool boy just seems like the top profession for cuckolding, doesn't it?
But it's so crazy that this guy runs the biggest Christian university that won't even let you drink. I mean, how far down on the list is cuckolding from things you shouldn't do?
Oh, they wouldn't even.
You can't even dress provocative.
Can't even dream of that.
Yeah, where is that on the list?
You can't even dream of that being on the
Question:
list.
Is that worse than drinking?
Oh my
Way
goodness.
worse.
Is
yes.
It worse than over drinking?
Well, you know. Think about it in your own head.
Well, I'm asking.
Cuckolding is way worse.
I'm asking again. No, I agree. I'm asking the church. What does the church look at it? How do they?
Well, it's Liberty University. You'd have to ask.
They won't even comment.
Yeah.
It's so dirty.
It's so dirty. They won't
Yeah,
even
I don't
entertain.
think they rank sin, saying this is number 1, that's number 2. A sin is a sin is a sin.
I thought they rank sins.
Yeah, they don't
I
have a
rank 'em.
ranking.
I rank
I
sins
rank
too.
'em.
I think
Sorry.
everybody else ranks them. I'm not sure if you necessarily do.
Well, I think if you lie about your weight, that's not the same thing as murdering somebody.
Amen.
Yeah, but I don't think when they did the 10, I don't think anything got ranked out as like, this is number 1, this is worth minus 10 points.
But I mean,
this
we
is
are.
minus 9.
You have a ranking in your head.
We do.
As a moral human, you know that cheating on your taxes is not as bad as cuckolding.
I just think they need to be ranking. That's all I'm saying.
I know. I don't know that there is really. I don't think the church has ever officially ranked them. Yeah.
My church does.
They do.
The church in my head.
Oh, okay. The Church of Virginia.
Church judgy.
I want to figure out what church that is.
It's a cult, Kevin.
It is a cult. Yeah, so what would you say are the top professions for this? Pool boy's got to be number 1. I thought number 2 would probably be trainer and fitness instructor.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Pizza delivery guy at number 3. You feel comfortable with that one?
I mean, I know that's a common fantasy, but think about every time you get delivery. Is it really that hot for you? Just go through your delivery.
No.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't know if that's the best.
Well,
one.
I'm trying to say if you wanted to get into, and because, some of these guys are probably saying, okay, what field could I get into where I could get what this Giancarlo Granda has, this pool boy?
Pot dealer.
You think pot dealer?
Oh, totally.
That's interesting. Because I had also had in my top 5 list, if you wanted to do this, be like, okay, I'm young, I'm hot, I want to make my way.
Nanny. The nannies get involved.
Yes, but that would be probably more likely on the female end of it, where you're inviting the
Could be,
female.
yeah.
And I'm not trying to make that a sexist issue. I'm just saying, typically.
But that would, that could arguably be a top 5. I also put horseback riding instructor. That feels like.
Yeah.
Because you have a strong crotch.
Well, I mean, think of all the lifting up and
You're just strong. You got a good core.
and she's off to do her. I got riding lessons today, and that could mean
I'm gonna go service industry. Waitresses, bartenders.
Yeah, I think oddly enough, I think a bartender more than a server.
Yeah.
I think if you want to get into that, if you were a bartender at one of these high-end clubs, that would be the way in.
Is server the proper term? Is waitress offensive? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Okay, I remember I got yelled at for it.
You say much more offensive other stuff.
Yeah.
Strike, keep all straight.
Yeah, and we are doing a list of all your sins.
Yes, big time. I'm logging them.
And then, oddly, what I was thinking, I don't know what the proper term is. Is it deckhand? It's not a boat captain, but somebody that works on
A yachty.
Is that what they call them?
Yeah.
A yacht.
A yachty hottie.
So would you say
Yachty.
if you were looking to get Giancarlo Granda status and you wanted to find somebody's wife that you're going to get in a cuckolding situation and they get millions of dollars from him, those would probably be the top professions, right?
Definitely.
Okay. That was kind of my own personal ranking there. Interesting story, and there's apparently a lot more to come out. So every day, it's like an onion. We peel back another layer.
I'm going to go with masseuse.
Okay.
Oh, that is a great one.
Private massage therapist.
Well, I
yes.
think just in these high-end clubs, any of the employees or staff there, whatever you do, and it's usually somebody that hosts an excursion of some point. Even if you're the guy that's the jet ski rental guy, I've noticed that. When I went to get my kayak last time, that guy looked like he was some kind of Abercrombie model.
He had cuckolding face.
He had, I'm watching my wife. I'm like, all right, easy there.
He's got a massive paddle.
Yeah, because obviously the queen notices. This guy's got the ripped abs. He's got a great tan. He's got the long.
The queen's like, can you show me how to use this kayak?
What is that South Florida blonde hair? You seen those people? It's almost like a tribe of people. They have that surfer hair.
They have lion hair.
Yeah, it's lion
And
hair.
they're constantly whipping it.
Yes.
Just to remind guys like you that are hair deficient how much of the upper hand.
Every deficiency that I had, he completely made up for it and then some.
Don't feel bad. I just read
He
another.
was putting that kayak in there in the water, and I was like, oh, look at this guy.
Look at him.
I just read another article about how abs are on the decline and women don't really love them, so don't feel bad.
Can you show me that article?
It is.
It's at lies.com.
No, lies.org.
Women hate hotties. Yeah, tell yourself that.
Now, I'll talk a little bit more about that Jerry Falwell Jr. story, the guy that was the president and chancellor of Liberty University that, boom, they booted out this last week. His wife, Becky, was banging the pool boy from the Fontainebleau as he watched. Somebody said that's a hot wife situation. Stop using the word cuckold. I don't know anything about these things. What is a hot wife? Is there a difference?
People love to argue about everything. What we are talking about is a cuckolding situation. If you have your woman having sex with another guy and the husband's watching, it's cuckolding.
Don't you question Bird on fetish stuff? We've done the research. We know the terms.
He has.
Now, I think there's terms within that you know, the cuckolding world, and I'm sure there's a hot wife scenario definition within that world.
I was talking about all these because if I were a rich dude and I had a hot wife, I'd be looking around because, like I said, it's like all these little things, especially here in South Florida. You know, you go running off or do a business deal and she's left her own devices, and the guy that drops the kayak into the water or her trainer. And somebody said, you guys are forgetting about tennis instructor. I'm like, oh, that's right.
Tennis instructor.
They're infamous.
Tennis or golf instructor.
Yeah. I was thinking horseback riding, but yeah, I mean, that's definitely there.
Definitely.
Somebody said, I know some people have personal drivers or even diving instructors.
Oh, yeah, I bet you are diving.
You got to watch out for those. And, you know, there was more to this story because now there's a second guy that apparently was with this dude's wife, Becky Falwell, and he is telling the first pool boy to tell the full truth. I'm like, I wonder what that could be. There's more to it. And this is interesting. Somebody said, oh, just wait. Jerry also got some from the pool boy, too. You know that's going to be the wrinkle.
Well, that's
Wow.
Jerry got his pool cleaned?
Uh-huh. Plot twist.
I kind of already assumed that happened.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's why I kept on asking, did he just watch?
Oh, okay.
Fascinating.
I think the hot wife situation is when the husband's not there, maybe, and the husband's aware of it.
Okay.
And then she's doing her own thing.
Wow. All right.
I don't know.
These rich
The
people and their fantasies.
The cuckolders are mad, Virginia.
Why? We're trying to learn.
Because we're getting it wrong.
Yeah. Either way, wow, what a story this is, huh? Dang, just keeps getting crazier. All right, Denny's got some comedy here for you with the joke jury. Are you ready to laugh?
Denny's. Look at him in his cute T-shirt he's got on. He's wearing a smaller size shirt because his juice cleanse has him fitting in anything in his closet.
It's true.
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
I love that feeling.
I fit into every shirt right now. I'm so light.
Your
Good
hair
for
looks
you.
fantastic.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, his beard's great. Everything's going well with this guy.
You're beautiful.
He's in the pocket, as we say.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. All right, let's see what he's got here with the comedy. What you got, Denny's?
First joke. What do you call a handyman who loves the booty?
Handyman who loves the booty. I don't know. What do you call that?
Sir Fix-a-Lot.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Second joke. What would you call Shia LaBeouf if he had one short leg?
I don't know. What would you call him?
Uneven Stevens.
Yeah, no, I like it.
I just like the picture of him.
Even Steve.
That Disney Plus, man. Let's see here. Third joke for you guys. Why did the Godfather sleep with a nightlight?
I don't know. Why did the Godfather sleep with a nightlight?
He was afraid of mobsters in his closet.
Oh.
Not monsters.
I love it.
No, you don't.
No.
I love him.
I know we do.
Fourth joke. Why is the abacus so reliable?
I don't know. Why is the abacus so reliable?
Did you can count on it?
Oh, see what that is?
Smart comedy.
Real
Does
smart.
anyone use those abacus? No.
I don't think so.
No. Let's see. Final joke for you guys. What do adult actors get when they get fired?
I don't know. What do they get?
A pink slip. Pink slip.
Well, 3 out of 5 ain't bad.
2 out of 5.
Okay, yeah.
1.5 out of 5.
Oh. Again, your shirt looks great.
Thanks.
You look great.
I feel very skinny.
You're in the pocket.
Speaking of the adult actors, we did get an update as to The origin of Virginia's son's name. Was it inspired by an Italian porn star? If you missed the ATS yesterday, we will get you caught up to speed on that coming up in just a bit. All righty, coming up here in just a couple of minutes. This is quite a revelation. We found out yesterday that Virginia's 4-year-old son, Rocco, the true inspiration for his name, what's that?
He's 5.
5, okay, he's 5. Her 5-year-old son, Rocco, the true inspiration for his name might not actually be a family member, but an Italian porn star.
It was shocking.
Yes, it really was. So yesterday on the After the Show podcast, we were able to get confirmation as we talked to your husband to find out exactly what the truth of the situation was. And, you know, how much of an inspiration did this guy have? Now, apparently there is a Netflix special, Virginia, that they have about this guy, and that's how you found out. You walked in on your husband, Panda, watching this Netflix special about this Italian porn star.
Named Rocco. And so it caught my eye. I was like, what are you watching?
And you kind of got the full explanation, and then it started to click. Wait a minute. You really seem to like this guy. And let me just tell you, when we got your husband on yesterday on the After the Show podcast, has he ever been any more excited about anything ever in his life?
I've known him since I was 14. I've never heard him this excited. I thought he
goodness.
was talking about like an old, like an old sports hero or something.
Yeah, to him, I think it was.
Pumped.
Oh, well, that's a good way to put it, Virginia. So how much of an inspiration was this Italian porn star on your son's name, Virginia?
So, okay, I have I do, in fact, have a great Uncle Rocco Yavicoli, but I was so little. Those memories will always be dear to me. Now, fast forward as I get older, I always thought the name Rocco was cool. I mean, find me a more masculine, badass name than Rocco. Now, it just so happens, that I'm a fan of Rocco Siffredi, who's an adult film star, and the guy's got a hog. And
There it is.
it just so happens.
There it is.
My kid for a 5-year-old, he's hanging tough, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, there you go. That's, got to make sure that boy's, you know.
I think you said 30% had to do with the porn star with naming him yesterday on the podcast.
We had to do a percentage. 30% of the inspiration.
So there you go. I was right. I thought that the porn star at least had something to do with it.
You're right.
It's still a little bit about the family name and the strong toughness of the name, but the porn star certainly didn't hurt.
This great Uncle Rocco that no one has ever met before.
Now we know. Now we know. And boy, I can't wait to get to today's ATS because a lot of people watched that Netflix documentary and we got some interesting reviews of that.
Really?
Yes, of what people thought about that documentary. We'll read those emails. The After the Show podcast you can watch live on Facebook just after 10 a.m. and it's always on our podcast app. You can go and check it out.
And you learn a lot on it. I learned a lot yesterday.
Unfiltered KVJ, that's what it's all about. You can listen to it. There's more than just this radio show for you to check out. Coming up in a couple minutes, got some makeup or breakups for you here. Would you stay in this relationship? One says, my boyfriend is in his mid-20s and is so scared of thunder that it makes him cry. Okay, would you stay with that guy or... Okay, is this a makeup or a breakup for you? Could you stay in a relationship with this person? This one says, my boyfriend is in his mid-20s and is scared of thunder and it makes him cry. Okay. Imagine every time, and especially if you lived in South Florida during the rainy season, and you got a boyfriend in his mid-20s that every time thunderstorm fires up, which is basically daily, he starts weeping.
You can't have a man that's not a man, right? I mean, if he's afraid of thunder, how is he going to protect you from life?
I mean, it's one thing to be afraid of the thunder. It's another thing to start weeping about it. It's gonna be tough. You better be awesome in every other avenue in your relationship.
It's it's a major strike, and especially if they're unwilling to try to do something to get over that.
And just know, I'm gonna laugh about you behind your back and tell my girlfriends how you cry whenever it gets rainy outside.
I mean, how needy does he get? Is he like an actual dog where he's like, he's crying, he's got to go under the blanket, and there's legit tears?
Yeah.
Or is
he sobs.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to battle. It's gonna be tough to battle. You better
Yeah.
be 100% in everything else in that relationship.
You either dump him or move to a desert.
It's gonna be. It's different too if you've been with somebody for a while and then you find out they have this weird thunder thing.
Yeah, you can't be with that man in a rainy climate.
No,
Never.
not at all. Okay, make up or break up here. Would you stay with the person in this scenario? After dating for a couple of weeks, you make plans for your partner to meet your best friend. Afterwards, your friend pulls you to one side and explains that they don't like your partner at all. Would you end the relationship?
No. Because they didn't like him on the first time they met him?
Yeah, no, you can't end like on that. No.
That's a little
Okay.
That's like a single white female right there. Remember that movie?
Yeah, I do.
She was very involved in her roommate's life.
So if your best friend would have been like Virginia Panda is just, oh my gosh, what do you see in this guy? He's trouble.
You gotta trust your instincts, not the words of somebody who's close to you that doesn't even know him as well.
It also depends on, what did they do? Did they take a bowl of hot soup and throw it in the waiter's face? Or is it just because there's a personality conflict?
Right.
know?
Okay. Yeah, maybe they're just saying, look, you can't see it. This person is, they don't talk to you right. They're this,
Go
they're
crap
that.
in your hat. Let me make my own decision.
Okay. Your partner talks about their ex a lot. They've assured you that they're 100% over the relationship and would never go back with them, but the topic keeps coming up. Would you end the relationship?
Such a deal breaker for me. Done.
Yeah. Virginia?
I would be very upset about it. I would bring it up. I wouldn't break up with them, but I would say, look, this got to change.
Well,
if this doesn't change, I can't stick around because you're making me insecure.
But I would bring it up and I would say, look, this isn't my. I don't like this scene. And if
Yeah.
she continues to do that, then you're not over
Almost
your.
like do a countdown. Be like, okay, that's once. You got 3 strikes.
You're
That's
not
one.
over your ex. If you constantly keep talking about your ex,
Right.
you're not over that person. You're holding on to something, and I ain't got time for that.
No. Okay, you and your partner sit down to have a serious conversation about where your relationship is going, and you realize they don't want to ever get married. Would you end the relationship?
Oh, that's the person you stay with.
Oh, Jay Bird's like, yes.
I'm so into this.
She's my dream girl.
Yeah, I think that number's probably really dropped a lot from where we are now, where I think a lot of people be like, you know what, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I don't think marriage has the same weight that it used to
No.
carry in our society. I don't think you need to get married. I'm here to say it's not always the best.
I did it right.
Look at you.
Who knew this guy had life figured out?
I did it right.
Yeah.
You married people are all gassed up all the time.
Okay, make up or break up here. Your partner always makes fun of you in front of people in an attempt to make everybody else laugh.
Oh boy, that's crushing.
Would you end the relationship?
Yes. I'm sorry. That's disrespectful. That cuts to the core. That's supposed to be your ride or die, and they're making jokes at your expense to get giggles from people. They don't understand loyalty.
I wouldn't last an hour with a person like that.
Thank you.
I wouldn't. It would remind me too much of work.
They
Yeah.
don't deserve you.
It's like, oh my gosh, I'm dating a Virginia. Hell no.
Your partner has zero drive and ambition. They have a job, but no desire to work towards a promotion or bettering themselves, and they just seem to be very lazy. Would you end the relationship?
How do they treat me?
Great.
Is our relationship great? And are
They're
they
nice and they're friendly, they're kind, they're fun, but they just have no drive, no ambition.
just for work or just for life?
I think it's just, they would rather just kind of stay home, chill, that kind of stuff. Yeah, they're not zealous about it. They don't have zeal for anything.
It's they're kind to me and they're showing that they're in the relationship and being cool. That's not a deal breaker for me. I just think that they're set at a different level.
They can do other stuff to make you feel the love.
Okay.
But if they lay on the sofa all day and they don't do the dishes, they don't try to contribute
Right.
on any level, and they're just a leech, no.
And you can't be a lazy lover either. And I'm talking about the whole thing. I'm talking about in the bedroom. I'm talking about watching movies. We gotta, if we're gonna be so passionless towards everything else, we better have some heat between us.
Yeah.
Can I get an amen on that?
I think this should be a breakup situation because I think you should want to be with somebody that is trying to always become a better version of themselves.
Amen.
Because that pushes you to become a better version of yourself, and hopefully you're both, looking at saying, wow, look at how we've both grown over the time we've been together. And if you're just like, gosh, we're the same people, that's not where you need to go in
If
life.
they're not aspiring and they don't have dreams and they don't want to do better and be better,
you drop that person.
That's a negative vibe because it goes against what all of us should be aiming for.
I do think that there's a difference between somebody who doesn't have a lot of drive and someone who's just flat out lazy, laying on a couch. There's just some people that don't have that passion gene in them. Doesn't make them a bad person.
Yeah, I think you just want to find somebody that's always saying, hey, I want to be better tomorrow than I am today.
And you argue, too, if someone's being passionate and giving a full gorilla effort in your relationship part, they're not a passionless person.
Mm-hmm. Okay, her baby's daddy comes back into her life after serving 10 years in prison, and she wants to let him stay with them for a few months until he gets back on his feet and back on the ground. Would you end the relationship?
Yes. There's no way I'm living with her baby's daddy under my roof.
This is goofy talk.
That's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. If you put up with that, you are a punk.
You're a punk.
And one more. You caught him pleasuring himself to a friend's Facebook bikini photo or on Instagram. Would you end the relationship?
This is tough because we're dealing with emotions and feelings on this one.
And an attainable individual. It's not like it's some, pinup girl.
I mean, the way I look at it, if I'm in a relationship, I get that the person I'm with is going to find other people attractive. I understand. It's like brushing your teeth. It's something you just got to accept. It's all on how you display that. And it's going to hurt your feelings if you find out that your man or your woman is tugging it to your best friend. It's just going to make...
I agree.
It's going to hurt you. It would hurt me. It would bother me. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a sensitive cat.
I think you need to get out of that one. Just go. Come on.
I was really working that in my head. I was there mentally.
I know you were.
And it probably happens a lot.
You almost started tugging it.
No.
It probably happens a lot. But just don't get caught doing it, you dummy.
Yeah, I think people are attracted to other people. Just know the game. Know the game.
Don't be an idiot
Don't
and
be an
get
idiot.
busted looking at videos or pictures of her friend.
Dude, you're just doing it all wrong.
Mm-hmm. Coming up here, we got another round of the accent game we're going to get to. If you have got a foreign accent, call us. We each get to ask you one non-identifying question about your country of origin, and then based off of the answers in your accent, we'll tell you what country you are from. We'll see how well we can identify that coming up. And they also did a poll on the sexiest and least sexy accents in the U.S.
I saw what was number 2 for sexiest. They're out of their damn mind.
Yeah, well, Florida made the list too. Did it make the sexiest or the least sexy? I'll let you know coming up next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
They did a ranking of the sexiest accents in the U.S., did it by states. So is Florida on the sexiest list or the least sexiest list, if you had to guess, Virginia?
Probably least sexiest.
You're right.
But I would disagree. I think Florida has quite a good mix. Because think about it. I mean, we've got people from all over the world that come to South Florida to live. You got sexy Latin accents. You got British accents.
You got a whole Gollum thing going over there? Yeah.
I sound like I ate glass for breakfast.
Well, I'll tell you what I think does Florida in is New Jersey is the least sexy accent. Long Island is the second. Florida's third, and I think that we probably get a lot of credit from the New York population we have.
Okay, then I must have read it quickly. I thought they were saying New York was the second sexiest accent.
So New York is bringing us down. Because we got a lot of New Yorkers.
I would say we're probably third because of that connection.
Okay.
Forget about it.
That would be my guess. Other least sexy accents, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, all up there.
Is Minnesota kind of like this, Minnesota? Is that more of the...
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
That's Minnesota. And I love that at number 10, they've got Southern Ohio. That is my home area.
And what does that sound like? Just count out there?
You got an idea.
All right.
Yeah.
Count out there? All right.
It's kind of like, yeah, you know, we're here in Southeastern Ohio. That's what we do, yep.
You can almost hear the lack of teeth.
Yeah. That's kind of what we do there, yeah.
That's interesting.
10 sexiest accents in the U.S. They say Tejas, Texas is 1. New York, they do have it 2.
That's insane.
Yeah.
New York, number 2?
I don't know if they're talking about upstate. Maybe Buffalo's a lot sexier than New York City. I don't know. And maybe there is a difference. Would you say that Manhattan has a different accent than Long Island, Virginia?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, what's because I'll
Sophistication in Manhattan, Long Island is...
Long Island, I'm thinking, yeah, come on, oh yeah,
Yeah.
touch me there. It's gonna feel so great, eh?
Yeah, the Bronx, you'll have a little bit more of that. Maybe it's because of Manhattan. They think it's just money and sophistication. It's Madison Avenue, Wall Street. I don't know. Trying to figure out how they're figuring that out. Boston, they got it 3rd.
For sexiest? What are they smoking? now that I get to the good people of Boston.
Alabama, Chicago.
Alabama is pretty cute.
Alabama, yes. I give you Alabama.
Give me Georgia.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Give me Georgia.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This just feels like they just pulled these out of a hat.
New York 2, Boston. What you said 3?
Yeah, I'm not buying that list. That's a terrible pull. Okay, we got some accents here for you. The accent game. If you've got a foreign accent, we want you to call us 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. Now, we each get to ask you one non-identifying question about your country of origin. We can't ask you, like, what letter does it start with or something like that. That is an identifying question. Then, based off the answers and your accent, we'll tell you what country you are from. We have got Anna Marie on here from Miami. Hello, Anna Marie.
Hi.
See, listen, Anna Marie is going to show us that the South Florida accent is actually the sexiest accent in all of America.
Gaia.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Anna Marie, tell me, what is your favorite food from your country?
Let's see. Picadillo.
Picadillo.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what it means, but it sounds delicious.
When you say it, it sounds lovely.
Okay. Virginia, what is your question?
Tell me about your favorite musical artist. Who really gets it done from your country?
From my country. Roberto Ledesma.
Oh, I love it. Because this crafts great right into my question. Please sing us a piece of your favorite artist in the native tongue.
Somos novios y queremos estar solos.
Oh, keep going. I need more.
Oh, wow.
I love it.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Goosebumps.
Okay. Anna Marie.
This is easy.
Where is she from? I am going to go with Columbia, Virginia. What is your guess?
I'm going with, I don't know, so I'm going to guess Peru.
Peru? Jay-Bird?
Ecuador.
Ecuador?
Yeah.
Is your guess.
100%.
Anna Marie, what is your country of origin?
I am originally from Cuba.
Cuba! Jeez.
Dang it! We blew it.
Wow. Anna Marie.
I am a Cuban American.
Fantastic.
You got a beautiful voice.
And proud of it.
Gave me goosebumps.
Good for you. That is fantastic. That was lovely. And thank you for your singing here today and for calling us up.
Oh, it's great talking to you guys. Listen to your show every morning.
Aww.
And I am also a proud Miamian. I've been here many years.
How long have you been in Miami?
Well, I've been here since I was 6 years old, and I'm 50-ish.
Okay. We're all kind of 50-ish.
Yeah.
So I consider myself a native Miamian with a Cuban heart.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Well, that's a great thing about South Florida is we just got so much of that flair, that Latin flavor.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Boy, nobody went for Cuba.
Damn.
No, Kev, we didn't. We were wrong.
That was kind of the obvious answer. All right. Boy, that's a big miss. Big old whiff. Okay. Let's see here. We've got Russo here for the accent game. Hello, Russo.
How you doing? KVJ, what's up?
Russo!
Hey, J-Bug.
Okay.
You sound like you was a little angry about the New York not being number 2 at sex. We should be number 1.
Russo, I agree.
So, do we have to ask questions, or can I just say New York and Italian? Is that? Am I right on there, Russo?
That's right. And my nickname is Rocco.
Look at Rocco. Yeah, very nice.
Russo's awesome.
Yeah, here he is.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Got a lot of traffic mishaps going on here today, including a Fort Pierce man who is accused of crashing head-on into a St. Lucie County Sheriff's deputy marked patrol vehicle. Well, that's not something you want to do if you're out driving around.
I mean, dummy.
Big dummy. The driver was apparently distracted by checking his teeth in the rearview mirror when he plowed headfirst into the cop.
Oh, my.
Yeah, the deputy reported that before the crash, he stopped his patrol vehicle, was honking the horn, and even activated the siren to try to get the driver's attention because he could see him coming right at him.
I mean, how long are you picking your teeth for?
Dude! The crash wound up pushing the deputy's vehicle back about 4 feet.
Oh, my gosh.
The driver then got arrested for operating a motor vehicle without a license on top of it, so big dummy. What do you have in your teeth that is that stuck that for that long you don't notice you're going to hit a cop head on?
Well, now you can go sit in a jail and pick your teeth all you want.
Yes. There's a guy not paying attention either. A doctor in North Carolina had his Tesla on autopilot mode so he could watch a movie, and he crashed into a cop car.
Another one?
Yes. Everybody's crashing into cop cars. Crazy. There's a guy in Iowa that got into a police chase in a stolen pickup truck on Monday, and he jumped out of the moving truck to try to get away, but he accidentally ran himself over and then got arrested.
Oh, my.
I always want to drive out of a moving car, though, or jump out of a moving car.
Just don't be the guy driving it.
Yeah, I've heard that before. There's a lot of people run themselves over after they jump out of their own car.
There's a technique on how you're supposed to do it.
There is.
I saw stunt guys talking about it.
What is
You're supposed to roll a certain way. You're supposed to jump a certain way.
Okay.
Yeah, you could absolutely run yourself over.
Yeah, I was going to say, because a lot of people are doing it, unfortunately. Crazy. There's a guy in London that has been sentenced to 18 months in prison for punching a Picasso painting at an art gallery. And he caused almost $500,000 of damage to his painting by punching it.
What the hell are you thinking? Why would you even do that?
Because he probably thought Picasso was overrated, which he is.
Yeah. Boom. I'm a Rembrandt fan. Bam.
Yeah.
I don't know. Crazy. Another hothead in Largo, Florida. It's so upset after being asked to wear a mask at an Ace Hardware store that he coughed in an employee's face and then hit 2 people.
Oh, my.
Guy on top of it, too, is like 6'6", 200 pounds.
You can get some good spittle direction that way.
I mean, come on, man. Yeah, you know, this kind of makes sense, too. Like, the people that, like, I mean, we all know right now. I mean, you just gotta wear the damn mask.
Well, you're not going to get into places, and then you're going to bitch and moan and act like a toddler because you can't get... Whether you believe in Corona or not, it's their establishment.
Right.
You're not going to win.
Stop fighting with people because you're making life really tough for yourself. Never mind everybody else. You are giving yourself all this stress and all this drama. Don't you care about yourself enough?
I get it. Masks, it's annoying to wear a mask. I forgot one the other day. I had to drive all the way back home. I get it. It's annoying.
And I know right now somebody's yelling at the radio, calling us sheep and this and that, but I will tell you about this new study that found that people who don't follow coronavirus safety measures like wearing masks are more likely to have antisocial personality traits like lying, hostility, risk-taking, and lacking empathy. So,
and the person that's yelling at the radio, they're still listening because they want to hear what crazy thing Virginia's going to say so they can get all mad about it. That's what happens. People hate listening.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, if 2020 wasn't tough enough, every day we hear of something new. We got a massive hurricane that is going into Virginia's home state today, Louisiana.
Yeah, it's right there on the Louisiana-Texas border.
Yeah.
Just a little bit west of New Orleans. So thank you to everybody who's been reaching out and asking about my family. They're fine.
Good.
In New Orleans, the most they got was like 23-mile-an-hour wind gusts.
Okay.
So
well, that's not bad.
they're far enough away where they're not really feeling it. So that's a good thing.
Okay. Well, we know they just released, what was it, like a whole bunch of millions of mosquitoes in the Keys the other day. They were biomedically engineered or something like that. And now a professor at the University of Georgia is saying even poison ivy is growing at a faster rate and quite possibly becoming more potent.
Super poison ivy.
2020, y'all.
2020, y'all. That's just what it's all about, right? They say the increasing CO2 levels, which are caused by climate change, is making poison ivy now more potent than it has ever been. How about that, huh?
Speaking of poison, how's our bar doing? Do we have any? Do we get a restock on that?
We've got some tequila.
Oh boy!
You looking to make a bad decision?
Always.
Boy, here is the tough headline of the day. A 64-year-old mother and her 43-year-old son in Massachusetts were busted for incest when the son's wife walked in on them.
Oh, my.
Could you imagine that? Wow.
How old again is the guy?
He's 43. His mama's 64.
Now, do you cancel Thanksgiving or can you work through this?
Wow.
Do you think it's their first time or they've been doing this all
If
along?
he stuffed mom's bird,
There's no way this is the first time. No way.
That probably is your first question. Like, how long has this been going on?
Decades.
Or did 2020 just push him into it?
All of a sudden, mom looks great. Yeah, no, this has been going on for a while.
What if you just said, I don't know what happened, it's 2020.
Corona, bro.
You guys are gross. First of all, that's your mom, dude.
I almost put that in Makeup or Breakup, but I thought I knew the answer.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. It's kind of fun. There's a picture that's going viral. Somebody tried to get a wedding cake. It was going to say Wiser Wedding, W-I-S-E-R. Apparently there was a lack of communication. The person making the cake didn't hear them because they wrote instead, why is there a wedding?
Why is there a wedding?
Why is there a wedding?
That's Jay Bird's cake.
Yeah, why is there a wedding? Did you see this 11-year-old girl from Canada set a Guinness World Record by solving 30 Rubik's Cubes while hula hooping?
She's too good. It's annoying.
That is unbelievable.
I mean, she is a superhero.
Superstar.
Yeah. I mean, gosh, she just used her left hand to solve the cube because she got limited mobility of the right one. Previous record was 25 cubes. Wow.
Good for her.
I mean, Rubik's Cube's hard just sitting on your couch.
I can't hula hoop or do Rubik's Cubes. So.
You can't hula hoop. I've seen you hula hoop.
Oh, okay.
You got the goods.
Yeah, okay.
Your
Thank
hula
you.
hooping gets him going.
And this is odd. Some people are claiming that Amazon customer service reps have been flirting with them online.
2020, bro.
Wow. I mean, Bezos becomes a 200 billionaire and everybody's flirting with everybody. I guess that's how he's making his money, huh?
I mean, That's how.
Has anybody experienced
I'm
this?
not surprised when any customer service people like try to make it happen with the customers. I mean, in this day and age, it's just like another way to hook up.
And loneliness does weird things to people. Maybe you're having a couple wines. You got a couple wines in your belly.
The customer service agent's really nice to you.
You haven't had someone be nice to you in a while.
Yeah,
She's
okay.
polite.
Yeah.
She's kind.
Okay, I guess I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming up here in a couple of minutes, got a couple random questions for you. If the headline "Celebrity Outed as Serial Killer" appeared, who do you think the headline would be about?
Definitely Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid, okay. All right, what's your thought on this random question? We got it for you next.
Broadcasting from the offleaseonly.com studios. Shop thousands of 2016 through 2020 vehicles with super low miles. Priced thousands below retail right now at offleaseonly.com. This is 97.9 WRMF, Palm Beach.
There was a resolution to a story I heard on the news this morning. It was kind of an odd story. Mackenzie Alexander, South Florida guy, plays for the Cincinnati Bengals. He was up at training camp and he heard his father was missing. He'd been out, I think I saw on the news today, he was with a buddy and they were picking berries or something like that and then turned up missing.
What happened?
And so he left the Cincinnati Bengals training camp and it comes back and then the player, Mackenzie Alexander, gets arrested for apparently, I think he was roughing up the guy supposedly that was out berry picking with his dad. Now, Mackenzie Alexander, what I heard today and saw his attorney on the news this morning, he's like saying, oh, he refuted that allegation and all that stuff. But the big part is, where was his dad? And, it sounded like he's like, hey, where's my dad? But the good news is that his dad has been located at 7:15 this morning.
Thank goodness.
He walked up to the ranger station at the Kissimmee Prairie Preserve State Park in Okeechobee County, and he's in good health, and he's going to be turned over to family members.
Any word on what kind of berries they were, Kevin?
Yeah, they had said that on the report this morning. If you care about the berry part of it, you'll have to go look that up, but it is available.
Dinkle, I believe. It was
I believe so.
not so yummy.
Yeah, his buddy. That's why he was roughing him up.
What the hell really happened
That's what I'm
there?
saying. What's going on with these berries?
And then the dad was gone for a while, y'all.
Yeah.
Where was the dad?
I don't know. This is just all part of the mystery.
But who amongst us wouldn't go looking for their dad or their mom?
Absolutely.
An elderly parent out picking berries that nobody can find. I would do the same thing. I would drop everything to go find my parent. But what did he find and why did he attack?
I'd be out there with my dad picking berries. Berry picking sounds fun.
Yeah, berry picking's a lot of fun. Who wouldn't love that?
It sounds peaceful.
It does.
Yeah, no doubt. How about that? Okay, well, there you go. That's a little update for that story here.
Thank you.
Got a couple of other random questions here for you today. If the headline "Celebrity Outed as Serial Killer" appeared, who would you expect it to be about?
Randy Quaid, and I'll tell you why. I saw the weird, bizarre sex tape he did with his wife, and it had like this sleazy, gross, low-budget Bonnie and Clyde kind of feel to it. I'm going Randy Quaid, locking it in.
Okay, all right. I put Tom Cruise in there.
Yeah, Tom Cruise. I think the ones that have like so much power. Your Leonardo DiCaprio's.
So much secrecy. It feels like if anybody could be a serial killer, it would be Tom Cruise.
I don't know. He's too well known. He has too many people around him. To be a serial killer, you gotta be a lone wolf. You really do.
He's got a lot of mystery. He's got with that Church of Scientology and the stuff. I don't know. I think he's already got. Who knows? He might already be a serial killer. That'd be the one I'd go for. I mean, it could be a like a C or D lister you might not think of. But
People are texting me with those eyes, Kevin Ralston, but
I'm obvious.
Sorry.
I mean, you are an A-lister in this town.
Yeah. Yeah, all the bodies, my friend. All the bodies.
I would be absolutely shocked if I found out you are a serial killer. I know we make jokes, but I would be shocked.
I would too. What celebrity would you drop everything, miss a flight, etc., if the opportunity to have a drink with them came up? Would it be anything could be going on? It's like you have a really pressing thing you need to do, but you are walking by the airport and they're like, hey, what's up, man? Like, you want to have a drink?
Now, when you get this moment, they are into it. They want to talk to you. They want to answer questions and just have a good time with you.
Yeah, let's say, for instance, you have just deplaned and you're supposed to, somebody's waiting for you or you need to get somewhere. You have a pressing thing to go to. And you're like, oh my gosh, and you see that person sitting at the Chili's bar at the airport, and they're like, hey, you want to have a drink? And
I
you're
think
like,
I would drop everything for most A-listers. Sorry,
I
not
wouldn't.
sorry.
I would not. But if it was a Billy Joel, someone that I really admired and loved, I would miss anything.
would your top be a Mariah Carey or is it somebody else, Virginia?
Mariah's pretty strong.
Yeah.
And she's really into what you're asking and talking about. You guys are eating spinach dip together. She's
We're
loving
vibing.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty amazing. But I mean, I would probably do it for a C-lister, just for the
Yeah.
story and the picture.
Well, if you got to pick that person, then who would it be?
Mariah's pretty strong. I'd like to hang out with any of the Kardashians. I know you hate me, but
Okay.
Terrible
That'd be a
pick.
great story.
Terrible pick. I picked it different. I think it'd be a terrible story.
I'd go viral.
Yeah, you would. Mine would be Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl, lead singer of the Foo Fighters.
He'd make it so much fun for you.
Well, we'd have a great time. I would have no doubt that I would. There's so many celebrities. I'm like, I don't know how it would go, and I'd be like, that wasn't awesome.
Yeah, I'm thinking about just celebrities and what I want to sit down and talk to them that long. And I'm thinking about like Adam Sandler, who I really think it would be cool. But do I really want to sit down with Adam Sandler? Am I that interested? I would be interested probably.
I think he's more low key. I think Dave Grohl would bring more energy to the conversation.
And he's got the music thing too that I'd be interested in.
Absolutely. He's got a lot of stories.
Jamming with Grohl, that would go viral.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about going viral, Virginia. Sometimes you just want to have a moment.
No.
In fact, that's a problem with everybody. We're all trying to go viral. We need to just be.
That's about viral. Ask our boss.
Well, yeah.
Okay, which character in a movie or a show do you absolutely despise who is actually supposed to be likable?
Jar Jar Binks is supposed to be likable. George Lucas really had big things for Jar Jar Binks, and majority of people hated him. Unless you were, 8 or under, you loved him.
I think that's the easy answer on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I laid up on that one.
Okay, if you could live in anyone's head for 15 minutes, kind of like a Being John Malkovich style, who would you choose? If you could live in anyone's head for 15 minutes.
Can they be dead?
Yeah, but then you just see nothing.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Be
we're
a
talking about
really
wasted.
pick.
What a wasted pick.
Terribly wasted pick.
Well, I want to see what's in like Lincoln or Einstein's brain. These great minds.
I gotcha. I would probably one of the tops. I mean, he just hit the $200 billion mark today, so obviously his brain has gotten him somewhere. Jeff Bezos would be one of the tops.
Yeah, get the secrets.
Yeah, that is there.
I want to know what's in Kevin Ralston's mind. Does he really love me?
You want to know, yeah.
Yeah, I think I would want to go in my daughter's mind. I want to know what she really thinks.
What if you go into like your dad's mind or your daughter's mind and you found out they can't stand you.
Oh.
Magnolia's like, I cannot wait to get 18 so this witch can get off my ass. She's the worst. I hate the dirt of the day.
I'd be so heartbroken.
She like trashes the KVJ show.
That would be too much for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, if you were the next Pied Piper, what animal would you want to be able to compel to follow you?
Ooh, llamas are pretty awesome.
Llamas, iguanas? That could be interesting.
Iguanas already do that. I think
they follow you?
I think that
Or you just need a pizza?
I think it's out that I give them pizza. There's a lot of iguanas around.
There are. That's why I think it'd be really. Could you imagine marching with 80,000 iguanas behind you out of South Florida?
Or some bison?
You'd be a hero because we're trying to get rid of all of them anyway.
I mean, you could just go through the list of all those, what we're trying to get out of here. Bufo toads and
the pythons.
and
Kind of cool to have like 300 grizzly bears following me. It's kind of an awesome move. I'm locking it in. Grizzly bear.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You just got to go fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want panda bears. That'd be cool.
Everybody
loves pandas.
But they don't love everybody. Pandas, they'll kill you 9 different ways, Virginia.
No.
Oh, pandas are.
They're so peaceful.
They're the peaceful murderer.
They're vegetarians.
They like to slap you around a little bit.
Okay. A lot of people said they want to be in the bird's head just for 15 minutes. Imagine that.
I don't know if you are ready for that.
It would be fascinating.
Yeah, that really would.
I don't want anybody in here. You guys you'd be shocked.
It's a little crowded.
It is crowded. It's loud.
On the topic of which major celebrity could you see as a serial killer? Somebody said Oprah. You get a knife. You get a knife.
That's a good one.
You get a knife.
Gonna get murdered.
Yeah. Matthew McConaughey, maybe?
No way.
No, he's too sweet.
Yeah.
I feel like he helps capture the victim and then he gives it to the murderer.
Okay. You got to see The Gentleman, though. He shows an interesting side where you don't want to mess with Matthew McConaughey.
A little darker, a little more.
I liked it. Like I said, that was one of my surprisingly, I liked that movie a lot.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah. You'll come back and tell me you hate it.
That's not true.
Okay.
That's not. I'm just honest with you.
I know.
The last 2 picks weren't great from you, but you can give me some good ones.
Okay.
The Gentleman, it's called?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love your taste in movies.
Somebody said Kevin Spacey, no doubt, has killed.
Definitely.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
And he loved it.
He did.
Al Roker, somebody said. Okay, that's an interesting little take there, Al Roker. Okay, and you were asking a second ago, Jaber, we were talking about the berry picking that was going on here, the story about Mackenzie Alexander.
Yeah.
He's from South Florida, and he plays for the Cincinnati Bengals. He came back from training camp to look for his dad. Thankfully, his dad turned up today. His dad was out berry picking with a friend. It's just kind of a crazy story because he had gotten arrested. I think he was roughing up the guy his dad was picking berries with or something like that. I don't know what was going on. It's kind of a crazy story.
Guy was roughing up his berries.
Yeah, there seems like there's some layers to this that we're not getting.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened, but apparently the berries that he was picking, I didn't even know this. This is a new thing for me, and I've been here for 20 plus years. Saw palmetto berries is what they were out picking, and somebody texted and said, not peaceful, hard, sweaty, difficult work, but good money. You can make $1,000 in a day if you and a buddy pick well. They're probably picking illegally in a state park, need a permit and a landowner's permission to harvest. I made $831 last Saturday picking with my 81-year-old mom and teenage son.
What?
You want in some of this action, V?
$831 in a day.
Saw
Yeah.
palmetto. Have you heard of Saw palmetto berries, Virginia?
Never, but I'm looking it up right now, and I'm looking for pictures of it.
Yeah, what is that all about?
These are crazy.
You want to start that berry company?
They look more like nuts than berries.
Huh.
They're little brown, shriveled looking things.
Yeah, they look terrible.
Okay.
Do you eat them whole?
They look like grosser, bigger raisins.
You ever seen the little weird green berries that grow on some palm trees?
Yeah.
Like a palmetto palm?
Yeah.
That's them.
Wait, are they worth money? Because those things are all over my place.
Right? I see them all the time. You can pick those and get cash.
I don't know. Somebody said my husband takes saw palmetto vitamins, so.
Yeah, it's all over as a supplement.
And they use the berries for cancer research.
Wow.
I know nothing about this.
I am learning.
How am I how have I been here this long and at this age, and every day I'm learning something why did I not know this?
I see these berries all the time.
Don't feel bad. I'm native to this area, and there's still parts of Clematis I don't even know where,
You're right. You don't know a lot.
Don't feel so hard on yourself, or don't be so hard on yourself.
Here's something else I did not know. One of the worst things you can actually put in your garbage disposal, and a lot of people do it all of the time. I'm guilty of this. I've done it my entire life. I never heard this. I thought this is why they make garbage disposals.
Food scraps?
Banana peels.
Good guesses. Good guesses.
Meatloaf chunks.
No, they're all incorrect. Eggshells.
Oh, I would never do that.
No?
Yes.
No, they're too sharp.
Kind of like her personality.
Oh, okay.
What if you put one down there and it becomes a projectile because it flies back up in your eye?
Oh, I could
Never
see
thought that.
I could see me egging it up.
Oh, never.
Yeah, I'd never heard that. Yeah, eggshells you're not supposed to put down your garbage disposal. And apparently it doesn't matter how good your garbage disposal is, it'll mess up your pipes. That's the problem.
Ooh.
Apparently when they're ground up, eggshells can quickly turn into tiny particles that in turn may lead to a clog in your garbage disposal or even in your pipes. It's kind of like sand. Sand will kind of clump up and gets wet. That's what the eggshells do.
Eggshells will cut your face 13 different ways, my friend. I know. I've done the research.
And if you get
That's right, you did.
If you get a stinky pipe, put some lemon rind down there. That's what they say. If your garbage disposal gets stinky.
It's getting a little too adult in here.
Is that one of those things you call a repairman out for, Virginia, or do you do that at home?
I try to do it at home. I really do.
A garbage disposal you would do?
If it's broken, I call a guy. If it's stinky, I do it myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can pour bleach down there with lemon rinds and really try to clean that puppy out.
I'll tell you what does not work. Drano. Can I get an amen on that? Drano is just a bunch of
Never
bull
worked
crap.
for you?
No, bull crap in a cart is what I call it.
Thought I got it once and it worked. Really well.
You probably did it right.
Here's an age-old question. Do you have a problem with service repairmen going deuce in your toilet?
Yes, dude.
Absolutely.
You are not here to destroy my toilet while you're fixing some other. You're giving me more problems. You're here to eliminate problems.
This is not 7-Eleven. If you got to poo, you got to do it on somebody else's dime.
Now, I have a heart. If the guy says, hey, man, I got to really go to the bathroom, of course I'm going to let them. But quietly, I'm bummed out that he's destroying my bathroom.
Okay. So it's a no-go? Or...
I let them, but I'm texting you guys. You're not going to believe it. This guy's dropping a deuce in my bathroom.
I'm just kind of curious if there's anybody that's ever had a repairman clog your toilet.
That sucks.
Has that ever happened? Put a call out for that, 877-979-WRMF. You can hit us up here on the KVJ Show.
Looking for some KVJ merchandise and swag? Go to kvjshow.com and click KVJ Gear.
Learned a lot of stuff here today. Learned a lot about the saw palmetto berries, apparently used in prostate health. That's why people are picking them. You can make a ton of money because they're using pharmaceuticals.
Huh.
Somebody also said that they help with male-female pattern baldness. I am going out today.
Oh, my gosh. Kevin's going to shimmy up a tree like a koala.
I don't even think of you as a man with hair problems anymore. In fact, I look at you as a man with hair gifts.
I have hair solutions.
Yes.
Hair club, baby.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
I can't even do bald jokes anymore.
Yeah.
It's not even on my radar.
Yeah. Hair solutions, baby. Yeah, crazy. And also about the eggs down your garbage disposal. That Eggshells apparently is bags that kind of clumps up like sands in your pipes.
You shouldn't eat eggshells for your natural garbage disposal, if you know what I'm talking about. Cut your insides. Don't eat eggshells is what I mean.
I think people know that.
Do they, though?
Yeah. Who's out there eating the eggshell?
Virginia. There are people eating eggshell. There are people that eat banana peels.
Oh, those people are not good doing it right.
I'm just telling you, they're out there.
Plumber texted and said, yeah, pretty much just minute scraps that is what you need to put down there. Use dish soap every now and then. Helps the grease dissolve.
Well, Ajax.
And if the disposal gets jammed, there's an Allen key that comes with it, so you can use the bottom to spin the wheel, but make sure the plug is out. That way you don't necessarily need to get a repairman.
That sounds like a lot of adulting.
I'm looking for an Allen key. Somebody kicked me right in the face.
Yeah, that's why, honestly, for me, yeah, I'm going repairman.
Yes.
Because, you know, I can't do that.
But there's some people that love getting these kind of problems. They'll be able to fix it. I just need a monkey wrench and a couple screw converters.
You are so right. And they take joy and pride in doing it with precision.
And I'm sure after it's done and you nail it, I'm sure it feels great.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I know.
The only problem with the repairman, the age-old question, what if they want a deuce in your toilet? Jaybird, you said you don't like it, but you let them?
I would let them because, yeah, but I am not happy about it by any means.
Marioni in the chat room said, yeah, Marion had one that she said clogged my toilet.
Oh.
And then just left right after. It took me a minute to figure out where the smell was coming from.
Dude.
That's tough.
I mean, I think you got to Yelp him. You got to go on Yelp and blast that guy. I'm sorry. And I'm not into doing that, but.
Yeah. Jenna is on here. Jenna, you had an issue with the repairman or somebody came out to your house?
Yeah, I did. So I had a pest control guy. He was spraying outside of my house.
Mm-hmm.
And he rings my doorbell and he asks, like, can I go pee? I'm like, yeah, of course you can go pee. So I showed him the bathroom. And then I don't hear from him for like 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
That ain't peeing.
I know.
Oh, he is not peeing, girl.
No, I know. So like 15 minutes later, he like kicks the door open. He goes, hey, do you have a plunger?
Oh.
I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, my bathroom took a solid 48 hours to recover.
Ah.
Wow.
See, that is so uncool.
You go for a pee, and then 15 minutes later, you kick the door open and be like, hey, you got a plunger?
He lied. He knew it wasn't number
Well,
one.
I mean,
Don't defend him, Kevin. Please do not
Are there
defend
not
him.
times where you're like, you know what, maybe I got more to do here?
Yeah, when I was 6 months old.
When you are there working, you cannot blow it up. That's not cool.
You can't.
You're on the job. Go poo on your own time.
Only time I'll give you a pass is if you are under the age of 1. I'm like, all right, you can't control it.
Daniel here is, or Mike, I'm sorry, is saying that you denied a guy who wanted to lay some sod in your toilet, Mike?
He didn't want to lay the sod in my toilet. He was laying the sod in my backyard. But yes, what happened was, so I was putting some sod down and guys out back. I told him, hey man, there was 2 of them. I said, hey, I'm going to go grab some lunch. You guys want me to get you lunch? Guy said, yeah, he wanted me to get fried chicken from Albertsons. He was very specific. Okay, so I brought back two fried chickens, right, for these guys. Well, when I got back, the second guy had left, so it was just the one. So he ate both of them. He said, about an hour later, I was getting ready to leave. The guy asked me, he said, hey, I need to use the bathroom. I said, well, what is it, you got to take a leak or something? He said, no, doo-doo. I said, whoa, no can doo-doo in Mike's toilet, man. Sorry. Now, in my own defense, I had a guy helping me with my windows one time, but the guy was not sweating and covered with sod mud. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
That guy, I understood completely. This guy was covered with mud head to toe. I told him, you got to run up to Walgreens or something, man. You know, what can you do?
I'll tell you what, man, the Albertsons chicken.
Albertsons chicken hit him.
If you need to go, it's an instant diarrhea
Did
creator.
you say he ate both things of chicken?
He ate 2 chicken meals. No wonder he had to go.
And did he actually say doo-doo? I'm picturing all this happening.
That is the gospel. That is the truth. My whole family dies when we talk about this story because that's exactly what he said.
That's amazing.
Great story, my friend.
Great story.
Ken is on here to explain a little bit about maybe why you want to go number 2 here. Ken, what you got for us?
Okay, I work for a major cable internet company.
Okay.
And, I go to people's houses to install their systems, and, sometimes I'm there for 4 or 5 hours. It can be a complicated process. And, sometimes you got to go. And I was wondering, do you want me to use your facilities or drive home and be gone for, 30 minutes to an hour. And it's just going to keep, the process delayed for have your stuff done. So
I think honestly, I think it's all a ratio. And kind of like what, Mike was saying a second ago, if you've got the sod guy that's already muddy and just ate 2 chicken meals.
He ate 2 whole chickens.
2 whole chickens, then you may be like, I don't care where you drive, but it's not happening in my house. If you have a slender dude that just, okay, I think he's going to be neat and quick. We'll be fine.
If he's the kind of guy that looks like he eats a lot of salad, I think you're going to be okay.
Right. The fact the guy ate the second box of chicken makes that story that much more grosser.
Chicken meals for 2 men.
He had 2 big chicken meals. He's all sweaty. Second, and
he's already covered in mud, so if you see any kind of dirt, you won't know what it is.
And the fact that he was so specific about the Albertsons chicken, the whole thing makes it so much grosser.
And he denied him. Nah, I don't think so. This sounds about right. 3 out of 4 people said that looks were very important in their younger days. 75%. Yeah, that's about right.
Sure.
It's a young person's game. Looks are everything. That's why you see Instagram dominated by, people who are in their 20s, 30s, for the most part. That's what they're doing. But it's kind of interesting when they talk to people that were 50 or older, only 46% said it mattered.
They start to realize that other stuff's more important.
Yeah.
I get it, but don't we all not want to be gross?
Yeah, but sometimes there's a wisdom that comes with grossness.
Well,
It is. We gotta embrace our aging.
I think some people just get older and throw in the towel, but I don't know. I kind of want to never be gross.
We just live in a culture where you're almost supposed to feel guilty or bad about yourself for aging, and that's not the right message. I get that we live in South Florida. Everyone wants to look great now, but there is something to age gracefully and just let it happen. There is something for that.
Absolutely. I think that's what it is, and I think it's just you are also biologically wired for different things. I think the attraction has to do with reproduction that we're biologically wired to do. And they've found that a lot of the things that we find attractive, it really has to do with we think genetically they're going to give us a better offspring. It's just the way that we're wired, baby. And as we get older, we're not wired to, procreate anymore.
And sometimes you just
we're
want
past that time.
Sometimes you just want to hit them skins too.
You're right.
That's your body, though, telling you you should procreate with this person.
There are moments, though, that throughout the year you do. At least for me, I feel that there's almost like a season. There's different. I don't know, stirrings for different times. It's probably one of those times I should stop talking.
Do you feel the urge to knock somebody up? Does that ever stir inside of you? Do you ever think about, man, I never had a baby?
Damn, let's go ahead and end the show with regret and depression.
Yeah. Aw.
No,
because women get baby ache.
Sure.
And I think if I didn't have 2 kids, I would probably be like, oh man, but I'm good. I got 2. But do you get baby ache?
The kids. Wanting a kid is one thing. It's having a kid with somebody and then realizing you're with the wrong person and then trying to raise a kid. I get that, that's you never know when that's going to happen, but that's a nightmare to me. I've seen it happen.
So the fear of the wrong baby mama will keep you from procreating?
No, because I think if I found the right person, I would procreate with him. I just wouldn't procreate just to procreate. I would be very careful about it, if that makes sense.
You don't need a baby, you just have a baby.
Exactly, but I would have a baby. I'm not against that by any means whatsoever. I love kids. I think they're amazing.
You heard that, ladies? The door's not closed.
But I do think the door is closing. I can hear it squeaking.
There's a crack.
Well, yeah. I also don't want to be like 60. Oh, here's your ball, kid. I don't want to do that either.
Yeah.
Old dad.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I try not to live in absolutes, Virginia.
It's kind of interesting how it changes. They say the 5 most attractive things when we're young are 1, looks. That's the most important. 2, personality. 3, kindness, sense of humor, and then how polite and considerate they are. Those are the top 5 things when you're younger. But if you're talking 50 or older, it changes. Kindness is now number 1.
Okay.
Personality is still 2. Politeness has jumped to 3. Sense of humor is still at 4, and the physical attractiveness is now in 5th place.
Well, think about it. If you're both, and this is nothing against somebody in their mid-70s, if you're in your mid-70s, what would you rather have? This hot-looking person or someone that can keep a conversation and watch Wheel of Fortune?
They're nice,
and they're nice, and you guys have meals together.
You have to watch Wheel of Fortune, by the way. It's a rule if you're in your 70s. If you don't watch it, they just kill you.
Really?
Yeah, you have to watch.
I think you're saying, I think perspectives change a little bit. What you're into.
Yes.
You shouldn't like the same things you like at 35 when you're 75.
Well, I think as you get older, you have less of a tolerance for mean people that suck.
Big time.
And that's just it. And you really appreciate that when you find someone that is truly, genuinely kind and nice and awesome. You realize what a treasure that person truly is. And you want to spend more time with that quality. The looks and the rudeness and all that stuff, I think you have a lot more tolerance for. You'll put up with that. I see my daughter and some of her friends and their boyfriends. And some of the stories that I hear, I'm like, why would you put up with that?
Yeah.
And it's just they're girls in their early 20s.
Oh my gosh, the bad boy. It's so cute.
Well, he's got a nice car, daddy's got money, and boy, when he drinks, look out.
To go back on the kindness, though, I think in the same arena, I think you have to have somebody that has your back. You legit go to bed knowing, I know even if we fight, this woman's going to have my back, and I'm going to have hers, and we're going to take bullets for each other. There ain't nothing getting through this. To me, that is the most important, especially as you're aging.
Yeah, I think mistakes in your 20s and 30s rearranges your priorities in your 40s and 50s, and that's what that list says. So there you go.
Learning.
Getting deep.
Yeah,
I like learning about the bird.
Got the After the Show podcast going to be coming up here in just a bit. You can watch it live on Facebook. Yesterday we had an interesting revelation with Virginia's husband about her son Rocco. 30% of his namesake is from an Italian porn star, and there's actually a documentary about the guy on Netflix, and I know that a lot of people check that out, and they've got their reviews coming up.
Really?
Yes, on the After the
good.
Show. So we'll hear what they have to say about that. You can watch it on Facebook Live. We did our best 90s pop song draft earlier today on the show. Dennys went with Santeria, Everlong in 1979 for his pick, and that is number one. Denny's won his first KVJ draft. In fact, he blew pretty much everybody away. Jaybird was second.
Damn it.
With Wonderwall, Tom Petty's Free Falling, and More Than Words.
He's just too good, Virginia. Denny's is just that damn good.
It's the juice cleanse.
It is.
I finished third with Creep, Smells Like Teen Spirit, and I Want It That Way, and Virginia was last with Vision of Love, Wannabe, and Shoot. But, she didn't get blown away.
Last place.
Like last week.
Yeah.
Still last place, Kev.
Yeah. So there you go. So that Denny's wins his first KVJ draft. Impressive work there, Denny's. All right, Jay, we're going to wrap it up here with our thought for the day. What you got, Bird?
We are not rich by what we possess, but by what we can do without.
What? I don't think you read it right.
I did read it right. Why don't you get off my case? I don't think I got the support that I need for the positive section.
I know, yeah, right.
Wait, read it again.
How about this? How about if you want to listen to it, go back on YouTube and listen to it.
I'm out. Look at that. I told you, girl.
KVJ not only does a radio show, but also does an After the Show podcast. Watch or listen on kvjshow.com.